Yo, yo, yo. All right, we're on here. Hey, everybody, this is Summerfield Habner with Bad Boys TV. We are getting ready to stream the Platinum Division 2020 USAPL, BCAPL 9-ball finals. We got Dexter Ambang versus Shaun Murphy. I'm going to be right back in a couple minutes. We're just getting a couple more things set up. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you on the stream. Here we are, folks. This is Shaun Murphy at the table. Dexter Ambang sitting there watching. This is Summerfield Havner in the booth, about to be joined by Mike D. This is Bad Boys TV, bringing you the 2020 9-ball Platinum Division Finals from the BCAPL World Championship. Here's your opening break. I think I see a magic rack under there. So you're looking for that 3-ball in the lower right-hand corner pocket, back of the pocket. Hits it pretty firm, so that 1 ball is going to push up table. Man, if you are a player who's going to make some shots, and Shaun being a 669, I think he is, you have a hard time not thinking he's going to run this table out. That's about as much as you can hope for in a break. Nothing touching, good spread. 1 to the 2, 2 to the 4. Can't tell if that 4 ball is up table. Yeah, there's a couple transitions there, but man, everything kind of leading to one another. I think the 2 to the 4 is going to be the difficult transition here. Just because but even there, you got plenty of room. 4 balls wide open. You can make that from almost anywhere on the table. Coming around, look out, 6 ball. Oh. And we're aware now that that was not the opening break. We got Shaun Murphy out there hitting some balls. Shaun is a player out of, I'm not going to my notes, Ramona, California. Shaun plays out of On Cue Billiards in La Mesa. Wanted to say hi to Clyde, the owner over there. He's been around the scene for a while. He's been playing this tournament for several years. He's had a couple good finishes. He won the Southwest Regional Challenge. That was years ago now, but one of the notches in his belt. Obviously hits the ball pretty good. If I tell you, if he breaks like that, he's going to be hard to beat. Dexter Ambang does have the point, so Shaun is going to have to beat him twice. This is a true double elimination tournament, so this could turn into a long match if Shaun can make it happen. Dexter with a little bit of Fargo advantage, 19 points, about 20. I don't think that's going to make a huge difference in like a handicap situation. If he was going to look at what the fair match would be, I think you'd have to get into a pretty long race before you started giving anybody games. But Shaun looks like he's hitting the ball pretty well. Talked with Dexter ahead of time, and I mean, obviously running through this tournament, he's got to be pretty confident going into this match. They had a friendly little, we meet again. So I think it may have been Dexter that put Shaun on the bottom. I don't know that for sure. I could probably look back in the bracket and find out. Thanks for joining us out there. I am going to try and remember to stay on the stream and talk to you guys in the chat room also. So feel free to give us feedback. Hope it's looking good out there. We're thrilled to have you tuning in.
What's up? They still not? What's happening? Is it early?
Hitting a couple balls, yep. right, we're underway here. This is your opening leg. You just see that roll off. Dexter giving up the break. All right, Shaun with your first break. Thank you everybody for joining us. This is Summerfield Hapner. I'm being joined in the box by Mike D.
Mike D. I
Yeah.
like that the Fargos are on there. That's cool.
Yeah, I threw those up there. This is Bad Boys TV. We're coming to you live from the 2020 CSI Expo. This is the BCAPL 9-ball Platinum Division Finals. Dexter hammered his way right through this bracket. Shaun coming from the bottom. I believe that Shaun got beat by Dexter to get put in the bottom, so this is a vengeance match.
Interesting.
Shaun's got to beat him twice. True double elimination.
And this is first place. This is for the big cheddar.
So this is second place is $1,000. First place is more than that.
Okay.
We should,
As it should be. As it should
You're
be.
right. Let's see. Do you want to follow the chat commentary stuff?
Oh, sure, definitely.
Perfect. I'm going to look up and see what that payout is.
I have been known as a gossip, so that's a great place for me.
It's the perfect role for you.
It is. It is the perfect role for me. The ladle, but actually, the gossip would be more appropriate.
Well,
let's just be
you're
honest.
in the right seat then for gossip.
All right, perfect.
I'm going to be asking you for gossip later in the program, so
okay.
stay tuned.
I'll have it. All right.
Stay tuned. All right, so there's. Let's see what first place looks like.
Hey, what's up, Hank? John.
First place is $1,650.
Wow.
So this is a $650 set. That's big. I kind of like going into this thinking about it that way. I like knowing what I'm playing for. You're not only playing for a win, and it is more than money. You're playing for, say you won the Worlds, you know? This is exciting stuff. Oh, man. And what I've seen is that Shaun breaks really solid, and if he breaks that solid and unfortunately scratches like that, that can be really, really difficult.
Yeah, that's an impediment, a tough.
You're sending a 688 to the table with ball in hand and 7 balls on the table, nothing touching.
Right.
That's a scary spot to be in. So, I believe that's the 4 above the 7 ball there. So, Dexter just going to pop out. It looks like he's looking at where to hit on that second rail, so he's going to push through this. A couple ways to hit that shot. You can punch this and just drift out. I think playing the second rail, you got a little more control. He doesn't want to get, he wants to be pretty straight so that he can control that shot to leave himself an easy one on the 5.
Yeah, I like where he's at.
As do I.
It's going to take him up table, unfortunately, a little bit. We'll see how he's feeling about things. He may come down table with some right-hand English to spin to the left rail. We'll see. Or he may just be able to pull it back just there. Yeah.
Man, I think well, the thing I do wrong here is I try to cheat the pocket and play it straighter than it needs to be. But yeah, I thought he could do that and just roll forward. And he's in a great position now.
No,
5
that was
to
a great
7
shot.
is an easy.
No, that was a great shot.
Do you come around the right side of the 7 or just straight up and back?
I'm thinking, I aim for the gap between the 7 and the rail. So I'm going to go to the top short rail.
Top left.
Yeah, and then go to the right hand rail and hit that gap in between the 7 and the rail, and then come back out. Hopefully, where he is right now.
Right. So you're playing top right.
I'm putting the cue ball back where it is right now, because I think the 8 ball blocks
left.
the 7. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think with a little bit of top right, that it does that. Now he's not doing anything like that.
Drawing the ball.
Yes.
So he's hoping 1, 2 out.
I guess so. Yes, yeah.
Or one
he
right
likes
in
the
the
side pocket.
That's a terrific shot.
He likes the side pocket. All right.
And he'll be leaving himself on the right side of that 8 ball just so he can play a nice easy 1 rail up and back.
Yeah, on the inside of it.
Yep.
I agree. Yeah, and I would think he's going to come down to this bottom rail and back up, but he might slide all the way across. We'll see. I've seen him do a lot of punch and stun kind of shots, so we'll see.
You've seen him play. You saw him play for the point.
I did see him play for the point, yes.
That was the 10-30
and he likes to
match?
drift over, yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Not there.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it was a good match. Boy, he's playing good.
That's a great shot. Had the pleasure of playing Dexter at the Snoqualmie tournament. I guess I couldn't call it too much of a pleasure. Wasn't great for me, but great for them. And Dexter pulling down the first win here. Boy, you can't let those breaks slip away. He's already broken serve going into the second rack. You got to think a 688 is going to hold their serve a lot of the time.
Yes, Dexter had a couple breaks his first match where, I mean, it was just perfect.
Yep.
It was just, he made 2 or 3 balls. Anybody could run out just about. I mean,
So
and then he
still,
had one that was tough, and yeah.
Yep. He's still making that wing ball, but he's playing a little more firm. So you're making more balls if you're hitting that harder.
Yeah. He actually surprised me a couple times making that a 1 ball. He pockets the 1 and ends up getting shape on the 2.
Do you think non-intentionally?
I hope so, because it makes. I don't know.
Can't say he's pattern racking, because if he was pattern racking, he would be breaking from the opposite side because he's going to pocket the 2 here.
I know Dexter, and I don't think he's pattern racking,
Yeah.
but I've seen him make the 1 ball a couple times.
That totally wasn't an accusation, just
Right,
something you look for when you're playing
right,
Magic
exactly,
Rack 9 ball.
Yeah, and I'm always looking at the placement of the 2 right now on the like on the wing.
So looking for the 2 in the lower left-hand corner and the 1 in that side.
Yeah. Yeah, I like getting that cue ball back to that end of the table because the 1 often comes there.
Yep. Well, he's got a funky little line. Can't say this is an easy out, but everything but the 6 has got a pocket.
Yeah. What are they racing to? They're
going to 6.
They're going to 6. Shaun Murphy must be a great player because he's playing for first place and second.
All right, so 2 ball was what got pocketed, so he's playing for the 3. He doesn't really want to jack up and try and hold for that 3 on the right side of the table. Might be trying to just push through all that. Wow. Catches that gap really well.
He hit the gap beautifully, didn't he? Jeez.
Hit it a little firm. He's probably not thrilled about that. 4 ball is right above him, right?
Yes, yeah, that would be the 4, and then the 8's below the 9. I've been wrong about that before, though, but I'm pretty sure I feel good about it this time.
Are you trying to make contact with that 4?
Yeah, I would rather make contact as opposed to not make contact.
Or catch the edge.
Or catch the edge. Or, I'd rather thunk it pretty good. And then, especially because of the way the 6's sitting, I might not be running all the way out anyway. I mean, that's how I'm thinking at least.
Yeah.
So if I kick the 6 to somewhere I don't, or the 4 somewhere I don't like, then that's kind of okay. I probably wasn't getting all the way out anyway.
Because right now, without a plan, I mean, are you trying to line yourself up for the 5 into the 6-7 to try and make something move?
Yeah, I am. On this 4, he got it not lucky, but it went his way. I would want to get high, make the 4 stay high so that you're cutting the 5, and then send that cue ball back up to the 7-6 and hope for something good.
Because you'd rather come head rail into that than you would come from the side rail.
Oh, definitely.
You got a bigger wall right there, and it's blocking your pocket.
And I would do it the speed. When I say I do it, God willing, that if I missed the 7 completely, I didn't come all the way down and then bounce all the way back up and hook myself on the 6 ball. That's the other thing.
He's going to punch draw a little bit out from here.
I would think so, or maybe like that. As long as he leaves himself the cut. Yeah,
that's a great angle to be in.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the tangent, it should be really nice on that. And again, you want enough speed to get there and break them up, but not enough to where if you screw up and miss the 7, then you bounce all the way back up.
So I get excited on the shot and I hit low outside, and you just don't need the combination of the 2. I think you can probably do it with just low or just outside. Low's going to give you that speed coming off the rail.
The low you have to be so careful with.
Caught that point. That's unfortunate. And he hit with that speed, like you said, to not come up and back. He was just trying to probably get on the inside of that 7.
It would have been, if he had missed that point, it would have been worked out really nicely.
Trying to kick the 6 past the 7.
No, I'm slow roll. I'm going to slow roll this.
Oh, I'm saying just nudge the 6 past the 7, but leave the cue ball.
No, I would do it even softer than that.
Look at that.
He did what you liked. Nice shot.
And I mean, caught it thin and still got pretty fortunate.
Oh, that was beautiful. It's a great shot.
So I just did a BCAPL match. Didn't know how that worked. Have you ever done one of those?
Sometimes in my life, Summer, if we're going to talk about things, I nod along, okay? I just nod along.
Mm-hmm.
So when You get here, and there's a whole desk, and the desk is 40 feet long, and it says BCAPL, and the other one says USAPL. Is this right?
Yeah.
There's one's red, one's blue.
Acronyms. They sound important. They
My
all
friend,
kind
I
of
have
include BCA.
no idea what any of that means. None.
You know, a 9
So
ball's
can you
worth
start
14
there?
points.
No,
So
I didn't.
so
14?
here's the first match of the day
How
for Earl Summerfield.
14?
9 balls worth 14 points. Every other ball on the table is worth 1 point. The maximum amount of points you can get in a rack is 14. You run the first 8, I make the 9 ball, you get 8 points, I get 14 points. So as
I'm getting mad as you're telling me this story, but okay, go ahead.
Heavily handicapped, we had a 74-44 race. But yeah, I did it. I actually got it right. I felt like it was
This was here in America?
This
This is at this tournament?
match before here. The first match
Really?
of the day that I commentated. I was like, well, this is going to be rough for you guys.
You,
I got
you
the score right.
commentated.
I did. And I had
Now
no
you
idea.
just made it my business.
Yeah. No, I didn't know the acronym on top.
You son of a gun.
It was wild. I felt like it was a weird pool test. I felt like I passed.
So now
It wasn't
everything you
great.
just tell me, I have to actually absorb that information.
Maybe not.
Oh Lord.
It was
Oh Lord.
It was rough. I
And
mean,
they're okay. Okay.
calling a ref here. Oh, trying to move the magic rack. That makes sense.
Okay. 14, but each ball's worth a point.
9 balls worth
But
14.
if you run them out, you don't get 14 plus 4.
Just get the 14.
I gotcha.
Yep.
And then you have a race to a lot, 100 and something.
Race, it was 74-44.
Okay. And then that's handicapped.
Yep.
Okay. That's not as complicated as it sounds, other than you're going to need some scratch paper.
Yeah, exactly. And I did. I should have held on to it. I showed my work.
Notebook. You
Yeah,
showed your work. Yeah, that's.
I
I would
knew-
easily be able to show my work because I do it in my head.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So the ref was overlooking at something. I thought he was going to have him move that.
I did too.
Ooh, John. Sorry, we got the thumbs down. Bots are taking off real bad. Bots are off the hook. All right. Well, those of you out there who are enjoying it, thanks for tuning in. Doing everything we can. Looks like he's got a thin part of that 6. I don't think he's going to try and bank that ball. He not only tried, he executed. Oh, my goodness. He just drilled that 6 cross-side.
Oh, man.
And got a really unfortunate scratch.
Apparently there's some CSI drama. Okay, well, I'm going to stay out of that.
Good call.
Yeah. Good morning, Vietnam.
I thought drama was your cup of tea. You like that stuff. I'm joking.
I like to know what it's about, though, before I step my foot in it. And right now, I'm at a CSI event. It's CSI drama. I'm not sure I want a part
I think
of it.
that says a lot about your participation. I like to know what I'm talking about before I start talking. I think that's important to me.
Thank you.
In a human being.
Well, good.
Yeah.
We're really starting to click. This is great.
Yeah. I mean, they keep looking at that 8-9. I'm not sure if that 8 doesn't get by the 9. It must have an edge cut, and it looks like he's going to play that 9 in the side pocket. I am surprised.
If I could, I would have him stop right now so I could go look at those balls. Because, boy, the 8 looks like it goes. But, I mean, he just had an opportunity with the ball in hand.
Yeah.
And then the 9 really
Squared
combos
up.
dead in the side.
Dead in the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Boy, and after a terrific shot by Shaun to make that ball, I mean, not much to do.
And then scratch.
Forces that. That's a really unfortunate scratch.
That's brutal.
So Shaun coming to the table, down 2-0. Got to make something happen here.
I can't say that Dexter's lucky or getting the rolls or anything, but a couple nice things have happened to him in the few matches that I've seen.
It's true.
And that would count as one of them, honestly, where the guy makes a good shot but scratches and gives him a ball in hand and then a good dead combo.
That's a gift.
In a race to 6, listen, that happens, especially when you're good. If that happens twice and you were just good and won 4 times, that's 6.
That's it. You're
Listen,
out.
This is math.
My division. Yeah, this is math. This is math.
This is math.
They've all been math. They keep in score earlier.
Yeah.
pulled it off. I was so proud of myself. Got myself a button. So yeah,
A button. Nice. I
All
got
right.
myself a sandwich while you did that.
Good work. Sean stepping to the
All right,
table.
come on, Shaun. Get on the board, my friend.
Again, this was kind of before the match, so we didn't talk. I don't know who out there was listening, but Sean's playing out of Ramona, California.
Oh, I didn't know
He
that.
plays out
That's
of
cool.
On the Q Billiards in La Mesa. You ever been to
Nice.
On the Q Billiards?
I have not.
Apparently, the owner out there is Clyde. He wants to give a shout out there.
Very cool.
He's breaking with a Witzel, and he's playing with a Witzel. That's a San Diego Q maker, Dave Witzel. And Shaun wants to give a shout out there to Janice because he knows she's watching.
Oh, that's very cool.
So here's hoping that encouragement's going to get him going. Pockets a couple balls here. Not a good look on the one.
Yes. Yeah. I feel bad because I've referred to things as bad breaks or good breaks, and that was a good break. It just, but I mean, it's also a bad break. He didn't get shape, but that doesn't mean he did anything wrong. But yeah, in 9-ball Magic Rack, boy, if you can break and get a shape on the one and have them spread out, you're out. And if you don't, you got a problem.
It looks like he's looking at the edge. He looks close to that 7.
Oh, boy. Is he looking at skinning the one ball on the side and then coming up?
8-9?
Yeah. Or at least getting to that side of the table. Maybe even just getting down to this bottom rail.
It looks like he's lining up on the 7 ball, which scares me. Are you utilizing a push here, or are you playing safe? I don't like pushing anywhere.
I do not like pushing, and I don't like giving back a push. No, I would definitely try and play it safe here. Especially at this level, you do something slick to Dexter, he's just going to do it back to you.
Or I think he might be looking at 2 railing the 1 over to that area. Because he's looking, oh man, it's a tricky spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I do think that's a shot, though, the edge of that 1 ball. Hopefully you're going to leave it close to that side of the table. Get that 1 ball fresh behind the 9-8.
Exactly.
That wall over there looks bigger than it actually is, though. I mean, that 9 ball's pretty big from right there.
Yes.
But the 8
it
ball
really
doesn't
is.
do you a whole lot of good. You got to get pretty lucky to overroll the 9. And
here's what I think, okay? You got to decide if you can really thin that 1, then you got to aim for the bottom rail in the middle diamond to land and not try and get behind the 9. If you're more nervous and want to get behind...
Holy cow.
Summer, never mind. What you should do is you should pop it like that, and then
pop jump
on the way down, pop jumping on the way down, hit the tip, and then the point, and then come out for shape on the 2.
And I mean, that's a survivor shot right there. That's a guy who's got nothing working for him. A couple good rolls and a race to 6 already for your opponent. Get hooked and you just drill that jump. That is huge.
Yes, I agree, Chris. That was a nice shot.
Shaun's not going down without a fight.
No. Shaun has the same exact Fargo as me.
Does he?
He really does.
The 669.
Yeah.
So it means you can play. That's for sure. And you have played quite a bit. You're just drawn into the 6 ball?
I'm not sure. I'd rather not hit the 6 ball if I don't have to, but yeah, he had to. But yeah, got bad position on it, didn't it?
Because now he's got to force through 2 rails and come back out. He looks pretty straight.
Yeah, he may be straight enough. He may have to jack up Massey. Yeah.
Well, we know he can bank the ball.
Yeah, he may jack up and just stop shot. Boy, it's hard to say, man. Because
I think he's got enough.
Slamming it forward doesn't do him a whole lot of good, really, even if he does get around. I mean,
yeah. So I thought he had angle to get to the side, but as I look at it more, no, I think he does. He's got enough to get to the side and play 2 rails underneath or on top of that 6 ball.
No, you're right, though, I think. Yeah.
He had a little angle, and that's what happens. Like you said, you'd rather not touch that ball because that's when you end up forcing to the side rail, and all of a sudden you got to force a shot. Excellent attempt. A little bit fortunate on the miss here. I think that Dexter's got a pretty thin cut there. He does have really natural shape, and I think he can handle it, but he didn't leave it wide open in the middle of the table.
Right. Dexter may be going for a safety too. We'll see. Or maybe trying to throw the 5 in. We'll see.
I think he's playing safe
Yeah,
too.
I think so too.
So he doesn't want to hit that ball. I mean, he'd love to keep that line going and get behind the 8-9, but he doesn't want to move the 5 in front of the pocket. Is that smart?
Yeah, or God forbid, leave a cut. You know, if you don't get behind him and then you get over to
Mhm.
that side, you leave him a cut. So yeah, this was the safe way to go. Even though it's not technically a hook, it's still a safe.
So he's looking at banking that 5 ball straight back up table, and then the cue ball coming back behind the 7. I don't think he can control behind the 7, but he can get the 5 ball straight back up on that foot rail.
Right. I believe it.
And Shaun, a crafty player here. He's taking a good look at it, taking his time. I definitely don't want to rush these decisions. It's really easy to say, oh, I'm just going to fly this bank back in the lower right-hand corner pocket, or
Especially 8 ball. 8 ball really is a puzzle. I mean, it is a.
Yep.
You just have to stare at it. I remember when I first started watching pros play 8 ball, and I realized, oh God, they have to stare at it too. There's not always a prescribed. Yeah, go ahead.
I know what to do immediately, but for some reason they have to look at it for a
Isn't
while.
that funny? Right.
And then he just drills that bank. He just fired that bank that I was just talking about. Well, he's 2 for 2 on pressure banks, and that one was huge, and it finally pays off for him. Leaves himself a long straight one on the 6 ball here, but he's going to pocket this with no problem. He's 4 balls away from a win. So takes that smart stop shot there, leaves himself a back cut on the 7, but perfect
it's just
shape.
perfect, isn't it? Yeah, I mean,
Just
if
roll
you could,
this ball in,
Yeah.
get a little bit of angle so you can get off it. That's a great shot.
Yeah. This is a nice little way for him to get in stroke a little bit too. That little run.
Yep.
You know, not that he's been playing bad. Don't get me wrong, but get up there, get this under your belt, get up there. Whose break is it? Do you remember? Dexter won the break, so it's his next.
Yep.
Yeah. So Shaun's break next. He could have a 2-2 here in a second.
Absolutely.
He's gotten this far.
Boom.
Keep fighting there, Shaun. Good job.
There we go. 2-1 and breaking. I like
race
it.
to what's race to 6 again, right?
Going to 6.
Chris, yes, it's 6. Surf topics. It's
We
6.
were absolutely wrong. We were right that
John Graves race to 6. Sorry, bro.
We were right that he won the break, but that would mean he's going to break next because this is the 4th game. So this is Dexter break.
I got you.
So we were close. We'll take close right now.
Well, it was 50-50, and I took a shot at it.
Yeah.
The guy racking right now is Dexter.
I didn't
know
get
that.
this one. You got that one. Perfect. 1 for 1 on that one.
Right?
Yeah. I don't believe I've confused these guys yet. Dexter is playing out of Vancouver, British Columbia. This is his first final. He's never played in this event before. He is breaking with a Mez power break cue, and his playing cue is a Joss.
Nice. I talked to him when he was, I think, 6 rounds in, and he was doing really good. And he was, he's having a good time. He had never been here before, and yeah,
Totally.
I told him, keep it up, buddy.
Seems really lighthearted. There's a direct correlation to performance and people who are enjoying the experience of playing pool.
Yes.
And you got to enjoy snapping 4 balls on the break like that.
Yeah. I told you, like I was saying, right? Every once in a while, he'll get a break that you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Now, this was not necessarily one of them because the 1's tough and the 2's tough from there. But
Yeah. I mean, you got to take that 2. I guess you can take it in the upper right-hand corner pocket. I think it goes by the 5, but natural line there is for the 2 in the lower left-hand corner. Do you think he's going to play with inside and try and nudge this 2? Or is he coming up and back?
I don't. If it's me, I'm probably hooking him behind the 5 ball. But I think he is trying to make it, and he's probably just going to see what happens. Nope, he did what I would do.
It's a great shot. Oh man, doesn't get behind the 5. Almost lets that one leak out, but still gets there. That
He
one
seems
is,
to still get. He seems still hooked. We'll see by his body language for sure.
yeah, that one. I don't think it's makeable from there.
Oh, I just mean, can he touch it? Yeah, I agree. That was a good save. Uh-oh. Rick Jones is jumping in on the chat.
Oh yeah,
Yep, watch out.
Rick Jones jumping in.
I can't tell you how many times I have defended Mike Page on Facebook.
Oh,
Where
totally.
people start saying things about Fargo or Mike Page. I'm like, all right, I'll fight for a while for Mike Page. And that's what he's doing right now on the chat. And I feel for him. I've been there.
Yep.
I always figure Mike Page has enough on his hands. I'll brawl with some people.
Yeah,
Fargo's made pool way better.
All the analogies I end up getting into like dangerous political territory
Yes,
as well.
exactly.
But I mean, the first time you make a cue, you don't make the perfect cue, but it doesn't mean you don't develop an important system. And you might have just developed the best way to make a cue in the future, and every single time you make it after that, you're going to make a better cue. Look at that, 3 for 3. He just hit that
Wow.
thin rail bank again.
Oh,
Wow, that is awesome. I
That
had
was
that
sweet.
thought and didn't say anything because he
that was
drilled it
sweet.
before.
Right.
I mean, that's what gets you back
Oh,
2-2 here.
it really does.
Not
This
going
puts him
down
in a
without a
nice
fight.
position, too. He's got a shape on the 2 ball. I think if he just follows into the 4 is going to bounce pretty nice as long as he doesn't slam it.
I think that's the 8 ball.
Do you think it's 8? Then
I
things
do.
are even better than I thought.
Yeah, I think that's 2-8-5.
I
think
know
4?
what you're saying. I'm following you.
There's only 4 balls.
Hey, buddy, we're about to find out, all right?
We are. Because if it is the 4 ball, because you think he's going to catch the bottom or the back half of it and push it.
I really do, yeah.
Gotcha.
I do. I think if it's a 4 ball, he's fine. And
I
if
think
it's
he's
not
fine
the 4
whether
ball,
it's the
he's
4
even
ball or
finer.
the 8.
Yeah,
Even finer.
that's what we're getting. If we can be
Perfect.
from North Carolina.
We're taking bets out there. Who thinks that's the 4 ball? Who thinks that's the 8 ball? Place your bets.
The clock is counting down, by the way, because his body language is going to tell us. So don't be slick and think you're going to wait.
Chris Robbins looks concerned.
Oh. That's the kind of shape he'd get if it was the 4 ball.
It is. Oh, and then he goes.
And then he's standing there.
Looks the whole
That's
table.
where
That's
you'd
the 4 ball.
stand.
It almost is. It's almost like, looking at the
Thank you,
5 ball.
Chris.
He's looking at where he wants to be on the 5 ball after he shoots the 4 ball. I don't know. These crazy colors
Summerfield,
of pool balls these days.
I'm not proud of this, but I feel like a real winner right now.
You kids in your Easter eggs and your blue felt and your nailed it. All right.
Oh, this is a big shot right here. This seriously.
For sure.
You just
Drawn
want
back
to
just a
center
little
pot
bit.
this. Oh, that's a dangerous way to hit these on the diamond.
Just with that much speed.
Just that much speed. These balls, these tables have been holding up. We've seen guys rattle at the end that it didn't look like it was possible.
Oh, yeah.
Good shape is important here. When I'm in this position at 2-1, the last thing I want is a shot that I'm going to feel shaky on here in a minute.
Totally.
That's what I'm really thinking to myself.
Where I end up here because I'm excited about getting great shape is right here. And I'm
where the
pointing
chalk is.
Where the chalk
Yes.
is. Yeah, I'm pointing like you can see at home.
Oh, that is perfect. Well
Great
done.
shot.
I described it right as you were doing it, so it worked out beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Nice work there, Shaun.
Yeah. Two.
Hi-yo. We got ourselves a match here.
Yes. These guys are high enough, Fargo, where I would imagine we're going to see a break. I always say that the higher Fargo they are, the more likely to take a break.
Dollar bets?
I'll bet you $1.
Dollar bets. Who's going to take? Are we going to bet on who, or just that they're going to take a break?
Just that they're going to take a break.
Okay.
Because Dexter might not take a break.
I don't think he will either.
Right,
I don't know
I
why.
know,
I don't
that's
think
why you
that.
like
I
the
just,
bet. I know
yeah,
he just doesn't. Because
doesn't seem like
a break is
breaker.
kind of a move,
Yeah.
and we know Dexter is a really super nice guy, and that's not saying Shaun's not, but we just
Right now, you're in a situation where you got to get beat twice, and you're playing a race to 4 for the win. You got to think you're the favorite. I mean, he only has to win this one race to 4. If he loses, he still in a good position to play a race to 6.
Listen, I get you.
Yeah.
And that's why you're anti-break.
Chris, I agree. I would love to do the whatever that word is, telestrator. I would imagine that's where you draw the stuff and
It
you point
is.
the lines.
We've
had it before.
It's broken.
It's broken.
Yeah. Do you know
we
what
have
that
an
means?
Update on the GoPro?
I don't know what that means.
Broken?
Yeah. How that works. I don't know if that means it won't install or.
That sounds right. That's
I don't think anyone.
I don't
think anyone. Like, to me, broken means they dropped it and the plastic cover has a crack in it. I don't think that's what they mean.
I'm kind of the files are in the computer kind of guy. Like they're
like the little people on the TV.
Yeah. I know it's in there.
Okay.
I don't know how or why. All right, here's this firm break from Shaun. I think he took a little bit off that time, and I think it might have paid off. He had a little more control, still flirting with that side pocket, but he's got to look at the one ball.
He's got to look at the one. Yeah, that counts.
Chris.
No, sweetie.
Bob,
no, he
Bob
didn't.
Did
he didn't break it.
I think Bob's the most tech
Poor
savvy
Bob.
of all of us. He could probably fix it if anybody could.
That's right.
All right, here. So 3's your next ball. It looks like he's lining up to draw this ball. My only concern with that is drawing out too wide, hitting this too firm, wanting to make sure you pocket that ball, and ending up in a weird angle for the 3.
Okay, but here's where I'm at, okay?
Las
you owe
Vegas.
me $1. Is that the 4 or the 8 now? We can go double or nothing on it.
Double or nothing.
You get to call.
8 ball.
You think it's the 8 ball?
Yep.
Oh, it's the 4 ball, my friend.
Can I not see purple?
Is that a bet?
Is that what's going on?
Oh, Jesus.
No way. I'm sticking to my bet.
You're sticking to your bet?
If the
Summer, here's
frame
the
of
thing.
reference here.
No bet. No bet. Sorry.
No. I'm down 2. We're keeping score.
All right. Well, we'll see.
I'm a man of my colorblindness.
We're only down 1 right now. You listen, I could be wrong. Oh, nice try, but he got the. Did he get? Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, I think so.
He really did. He can go 1 rail into it, but he got a nice hook. Oh, which a 2-2
He's got a
against Dexter
tally here. He's up $1.
All right.
And I think that 3 to 5 transition is going to be a little tricky.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you hopping this? It's in a tricky spot to jump.
Oh, man.
He looks like he's going to bend the ball. It doesn't look like it's much
I
of it.
don't
Maybe
think
he's
I
banking.
can jump it because of physically I'm not tall enough, and I think he got to stretch out.
I think
He looks like he's cross-banking it, right?
He had plenty of room to hit it.
Never mind. He'll just hit it right in the pocket.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, if I could hit it right in the pocket, I would. Now he's going to cut the 4 in the bottom left corner pocket and bring the
looking
cue
how
ball.
he's going to get back up on that 5 ball.
Yep, in that line.
So the 3 to the 5 is a tough transition.
Yes. Well, so is the 3 to the 4 because you got to leave yourself the cut through.
If the
that,
4 were
gap.
on the table, that's what I'd shoot next.
That's right. Yes.
Because I believe it's not. So yeah, he's just gonna do some low outside here to come back for this 5 ball. He's gonna slow roll, take the cut on the 4 here, and come back up table.
Yep.
How do you know that's what? Explain to me why that's purple.
It has a lighter hue than black.
Huh.
A brighter, lighter hue.
Is color blindness a symptom of coronavirus? Can we make those jokes?
God. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Dexter, get around. Not that I'm rooting for the guy that I know and like.
Perfect.
Good shot. Good shot.
Not at all.
You're right. Not at all biased here.
That's a pretty shot. Coming around the right side of the 7 ball. Easy ball to overroll. Plays it beautifully. Yeah, I mean, you're just going to push this forward. He's on the right side of that 6 ball, so that even if he grows a little further away from the 7, you're going in the right direction.
Yep.
Probably try and be as straight as possible to just draw straight back. Looks like he's just stopping that ball.
Yeah, I think he may just roll. Yeah. And we've seen him do that before where he does not mind the shot. As long as he's fairly straight pointed at the pocket. I think he's a 9-foot player too.
Yeah.
So he just feels good
There's
about
no
this.
distance
He's just not, this is not a distance thing for him. Yeah.
What's funny is it never is for me because I usually play 9-foot pool, but I've been attempting to play more 7-foot pool.
Yes.
And I now notice the distance, which is one of the reasons I prefer to play 9-foot pool. But it does help me control the ball a little better playing on the 7-footer.
Yeah, the problem that I find is that 7-foot and 9-foot pool are two different animals.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not familiar with 7-foot pool, when you go to a 7-foot tournament, you are outmatched. You're outmatched by everybody, and vice versa. You go to a 9-foot tournament, if you're a 7-foot player, you're outmatched. They are different games. Just because they're both pool, they are different games.
They really are.
Play 8-ball on a 9-footer and play 8-ball on a 7-footer, and those are wildly different games.
For sure. I would argue that 9-foot 8-ball is a far easier game.
Oh, yes.
Terrific shot, Dexter.
Nice, Dexter.
Taking the lead, up 3-2. 3 games away from this big win. And
taking a break. No, I'm just kidding. But
$3.
I really think they're going to take a break.
I don't know. I have a hard time betting against the taking a break, but I'm going to do it.
You don't have to. You don't have to take the break.
No, you got
I'll bet you $1 they're going to take a break.
Kevin talking about California billiards in Fremont. Man, my aunt and uncle used to live in Fremont.
Yeah.
I'd stay with them. One night I'm like, I hear there's a pool hall over here. I'm going to go check it out. Walk in. First guy I see is Chris Byers.
No way, really?
Head taller than everybody. I'm like, what is going on here?
And you're a tall guy.
Oscar Dominguez. It's true. And it was just totally randomly one of the Mez Tour stops.
Oh, my God.
Got to watch great pool. Didn't have my cues. Ended up trying to play one pocket with somebody that I was really outmatched without my cues.
So you were a player already. Okay.
I was not a player.
But you were interested. Pool, you had cues. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's funny.
That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
And
Chris Byers plays good.
He does.
I like where Dexter's. I like his odds on this. He's probably liking that 2-ball.
Mike, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you: is the 8-ball on the table? Is it on? I'm gonna bet the 8-ball is at the top of the screen right now.
Yes, my friend. The 8-ball is at the top of the table, and the the 4-ball is at the top of the table. The 8-ball is below the side pocket on the right.
It's a big day for Summerfield. I'm learning about purple today and other shades of color. So, gonna make contact with that 7-ball. Unfortunately, you're nudging that 7-ball into dangerous territory. You don't want to clog it up with the 8-ball. Because your 4-ball's next. So, you're wanting to push through this. So, for me, I'm shooting the 2-ball off the 7-ball with enough high ball to get up to the 4-ball. Probably not the smartest shot.
I like what you're saying, though. Yes, no, I like it. No, now he stood up on that. Dexter, when you watch this later, I believe you jumped up on that.
Yep.
So Dexter up 3-2 on Shaun right now. And Shaun is on the 2-ball, and he does not have that great of a shot. Now, I bet you if you had Shaun shoot this 5 times, he's going to make it a couple times. But that doesn't mean he likes his shot. Kevin, yeah, it does. Yeah, the 9-foot is tough action. It requires a lot of space. Also, from another perspective, for delivery, for what fits in a truck kind of stuff, 9-foots are a lot harder to deliver. It's normally one piece slate on the diamonds. So a 9-footer with 1-piece slate. I mean, that's different than moving a pool table than not you, but in the history of pool tables, that's just an unusual thing to have that big of a piece of slate to move.
I just flipped a couple of them with them, and I mean, just flipping those tables is at least a little bit nerve-wracking.
Right, yeah.
You're pulling a pool table off of a cart towards yourself and using your strength to stop it from rolling on top of you and crushing and killing you.
Right.
So that's, yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of folks helping. It was definitely a safe thing, but it's just a funny thing to do time and time again. You got to bet odds-wise that
I have helped with 7-footers before, and when I say helped, my job was to hold the cart, and I didn't like it.
It's a good job. You still didn't like it.
I was like, where do I put my hands and my feet to still have hands and feet when we're done with this job? Yeah, and I'm not even the one doing it.
Yeah, but I mean, you're a smart guy. You're a guy who plays with tractors, who plays with horses, all that kind of stuff. You
well,
know
I'm used
the
to trying not to get hurt. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah,
I could probably try a little harder. I could put a little more focus on not getting hurt.
It's yeah. Well,
is he gonna play rail first here?
I think he's got to. I think that 2 might actually go if he goes rail first, but it's hard to tell.
Great shot. Look at that
perfect
shape.
What ball's that taking him to?
You know, that's the 4 ball at the top of the table.
That's what's up. Gonna take him to the 4 ball. Yeah.
You want to know why?
Tell me.
I don't. Maybe it's purple. I think there's a chance that's purple.
I think we could probably say that it's because the 8 ball's on the table, so you have a comparison color.
And I can do it when the 8 ball's there.
That's what I'm saying.
Because earlier when I said it was the 8 ball, I realized it wasn't because then I saw black.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think he wanted this much of an angle.
Wow,
I think he wanted to be a little bit straighter.
Beast Manny. I get it. The Manny, like the Manny Priest. 9-foot Pro-Am or 1,200 pounds. Jeez. 800 for 7-foot Pro-Am. Yeah. I put a 7-foot Pro, not the Pro. Or, yeah, the Pro-Am, not the Smart. On the back of a F350. And drove it home. It fit perfect between the wheel wells.
Are you slow rolling this? I don't like trying to hold this ball.
Yeah, I'm slow rolling it. Yeah, I think he can hit that 5 ball solid enough that it's going to slow the cue ball down. Slow roll with top.
I undercut this so frequently when I try to do that.
Now it looks like he's putting a draw pop on it.
And so is he drawing into the 7 or into the side rail and back out?
I think he's going to miss the 7.
7's pretty big right there.
I don't know.
Hitting the gap.
Wow.
That's a lot of control to get right through that gap.
So I need you to know, I never would have guessed that he was going to do that.
I like looking at those, but I don't think he's going to do that because I know I do that terribly. But he does it really well.
That was a sweet, sweet shot.
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah, we're streaming at the Rio, Ron.
So drawn straight out, take that 7 in the side pocket, or you think he's just going to lay up and take it in the upper left corner?
I think he's going to draw all the way back. To get the 7 in the corner, you're crossing the T with that draw, which is tough. I believe that it's easier if he draws it all the way back for 7 on the side. I want you to know I know he's not doing that by the way he's shooting, but I'm still going to tell you what I think. Dammit.
Look at that. This is that shot that we're like, he doesn't mind the shot, and he doesn't.
I think I'm going to start saying, I think Dexter's going to do something real good here.
I think he's going to follow this ball.
I think when he's done with the 7, he's going to do something with that 8 ball.
Yeah. Next shot on the table.
Yeah.
When he makes the 7 ball.
When he makes the 7, he's going to really be shooting at that 8 ball.
Got to be looking at that 8 ball. Got to be kind of thinking about the 9 also.
You think?
It's only 3 balls left here. 14 points to grab. Great shot.
Nice shot.
I think a lot of players closer to my Fargo get in trouble here because it couldn't be easier. It couldn't be a more natural 2 ball out. And I think people get lazy and they say, oh, I'm going to lay up. So either they skid the 8 ball
Yeah.
I think a lot of players see he's putting a nice. I mean, he doesn't overhit it, but hit a nice firm stroke on there. He wasn't babying it in.
Yes. No, I know.
He's still hitting the ball.
Yeah. Nice, Dexter.
Dexter taking a 4-2 lead. Now this is when I think you'd see a break if you were going to see a break.
Well, listen, we'll see. It's not looking like it.
Maybe he racks and then goes and takes a break.
I feel like a guy who used to be up $2.
Maybe buying you that 2-liter.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, I just ordered a 2-liter Pepsi because we're in Vegas and a cup of coffee is
$11.
It's 11 for Starbucks. It's worse than that. What I was going to say is the paper cup of coffee that is an example. Well, other places is free. It's $4 here.
How's the coffee? That's how many cups I've had.
I don't care.
Yeah,
the coffee's good. I'm not that guy. The coffee's good to me.
You're a user.
I put a lot of sugar and milk in it, and
Good.
it tastes like coffee to me.
These things have been fabulous. That's been all the coffee I've been drinking. I've been drinking the yerba mate.
And it's cold coffee, okay.
That cold brew, man.
All right.
It's good stuff. Shaun with a big break here. Looking to pocket that 6 ball in the corner.
Oh.
Gets, man, oh man,
hey.
Stay out of their 3 ball.
Shaun, you got action now. I think the 2 ball, unfortunately, might be tough.
I don't see why there's 2 8 balls on the table, but yeah, I think he's got a perfect line between that 3-4. And if I'm shooting this, I'm wanting to come just straight up through the 3-4 and then back up for the 2 ball.
Yeah. If the 2 goes,
because you're taking the I'd be taking the 2-7. I think it's a pretty natural combo. That 7 is so close to the pocket.
Yeah.
I don't see anything more predictable that I think would be higher percentage.
I think you're right. Additionally, if you could put that cue ball kind of where you're talking about, kind of on the dot there, kind of on the spot, you could play it safe if you had to from there. As long as you don't hook yourself. Let's think about 9 balls. As long as you don't hook yourself on the next object ball, you play safe pretty easily.
You got something to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have control of your opponent's object ball and cue ball position.
Yeah.
That's unlike 8 ball. That's a big, big advantage.
It's a game of sharing.
Yeah.
Share all the balls, not just the one.
That's right.
Oh, man. Hit it nice and crisp. And, I mean, got to a good spot. Maybe overrolled it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think Dexter's got a window.
No, I don't either.
This is a hard spot to bend the ball, too, because they're so close together and you're bending away from the ball.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
So don't think he's going to try it. Attempt that.
I believe the one railer is cut out. I think he's going to have to jump it.
He's going to jump that from the middle of the table and the 1 ball on the edge.
I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do, though, but I'm jumping it, man.
Do I sound like I'm
here's what I'm doing first, and this is real. The first thing I'm doing, this is real. I'm pulling up my pants because I'm going to have to climb on this table. So my first move is I hike up my pants, and then I'm going to throw my right leg on that table and lean up there.
How many levels of drop-down comfort do you have with the pants? Is it just the 2
7
levels?
No, I got 7.
7? All right.
Thanks for
asking.
asking.
I got at least 3 for sure.
Right.
And the danger zone, I really try to stick away from.
Exactly.
I played on this table earlier in the week, and that's a big body when I'm racking. If there's one thing I'm not excited about, it's that me big guy in the jersey in front of like the whole camera, just my giant torso.
Guy. You're not big like that. You're just a tall fella.
Yeah.
You're built like a football player.
That's right. Like an ex-football
player. There's worse things in life. No.
So the 2-railer here.
I guess so.
I think that's your easiest
He likes that better than my jump. He, just like you, thought that my jump shot was a silly suggestion.
He might have not wanted to pull his pants up right now. It might have just not been the time. He's going to have to hit that same gap here. Well, he doesn't have to. He can push around 2 rails between the 3-9, or he can hit that same gap he hit before and come straight up between the 3-4.
Yeah, these pockets are definitely they're regular old pockets. They're 4.5, 4.5 inches. Regular diamond pockets. They're not overly big. They're not custom big. We got 310 tables here. Some of those are 9 foot, but let's say there's 310 7 foot. Even though there's not, they definitely don't have some that are cut differently and some that are cut bigger. Pool players would freak out. So believe me when I tell you that these pockets are the regular old diamond pockets you find in the bar, 4.5. They're not extra big.
Now, when you're saying pool players would freak out,
yeah,
what do you mean?
we're an angry folk.
Pool players in general?
Not angry. We're passionate, and we have tight-knit communities, and we all know each other in a family kind of a way,
backside,
which results in us being willing to yell at each other and still love each other later. Well, and the important thing is still love each other a week and a half later and get over it. Yes, I find that there's a lot of tight-knit communities in pool that are like that.
Is that like an 80% success rate, or
more than that? I would say
stronger.
More than that. In my experience, everyone knows I'm not going to quit playing pool and I'm not going to move to a new state. And because of that, people are much more willing to squash drama.
Yeah.
You're going to see me next week and 2 years from now, and our kids might date later. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, totally. We're going to need to figure this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Let's not growl at one another.
I know certainly the Pacific Northwest pool community is like that. We have issues at times, but I mean, at the end of the day, I know I'm going to be seeing you guys for another 20 years. We better figure this out.
And you've become more involved, more entrenched in that pool community. Do you find that it has deepened your love and appreciation for the players and for the game itself?
Definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
And I've also seen, because of streaming, and I think because of Fargo and because of social media, pool has come leaps and bounds. Culturally, when I was 16, hustling somebody, tricking somebody out of money was considered the coolest thing you could do. If you go tell somebody now you tricked a drunk guy out of $300, most people are not going to think you're the coolest guy in the room. When I was 16, everyone would think you were the coolest guy in the room. The culture's changed. I think Fargo, that's why I mentioned Fargo is important. Fargo gets everybody out there. Now that trickery's gone. Social media, we can all talk to each other and talk about when is the tournament and what are the rules of the tournament. We can I'm able to free publicize tournaments. I mean, that's so much of what I do. It doesn't cost me a dime. I do it at home in my front room.
Yeah.
And then these free streams, as we all know, these are amazing.
It's true.
How many weekends have been ruined for you because you looked at your phone at 9 a.m. and they said, oh, by the way, there's this amazing tournament free all weekend long. And you're like, well, that's what I'm doing.
I was going to mow the lawn.
Yes. Yeah, you stream it to your television, your Roku, whatever it is, and I sit there and watch stuff. I'm not a football player watcher or a big sports guy, but man, I will sit all weekend and watch YouTube live stream stuff.
I think he's lining up wide there. This is a tricky shot here.
Yeah. It's hard not to aim wide here, and you almost need the opposite English it looks like he's using to me.
Oh, barely missed the outside edge of that ball.
Wow, that was a great try, Shaun.
He really took his time on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about all you can do.
Dexter would love to take this and get to 5, right?
So, play the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Other side of that, we got Fargo. We got a universal rating system. Maybe not universal, bordering on universal. It's getting there. And now you can say, look me up. This is the player I am.
Yes.
But there will always be players no matter what. Fargo's not perfect. It's getting better all the time. The information that's getting plugged in can only strengthen the system.
Yes.
That being said, there are always going to be people manipulating the system.
Definitely.
So does it give credibility to those hustlers who are still saying, only a 550? I'm not giving you any weight when they actually play a lot stronger.
Does it give them more credibility when they say that? I see what you mean. Like it gives them
I know a lot of Scotch teams where one player plays consistently lots of tournaments. Both players play consistently, both play league, but one of them doesn't play any tournaments at all. So the ability to raise that.
I think I know what you mean. We've just created a different type of loophole. And yeah, you can give fake names now to people. We have definitely created a different type of scamming, and I think there's always going to be that out there.
What
and yeah, I guess that
is
when you enter into a tournament. And
calling that cheating.
yes,
Because it's not cheating. Because when you're following the rules,
yes,
you may be manipulating the system, but if we just accept that inherently there will always be somebody manipulating the system, because the reason we wrote rules was that this is how things had to be. So people are always going to find a way to work within the rule set. And to me, that is a lot of the game. It's not the game that I want to play because I want to play pool.
right.
But
right.
to a lot of people, this is gambling.
Right.
And that's the interesting strategic thing to them.
Right, right.
Whereas to me, it's not.
Yes. Well, I mean, a lot of those would be questions for a college philosophy class. I mean, if you, well, for real though,
Is that not what we're doing?
if you're
Are we not doing that here?
if you're getting ready for a big tournament like Chinook wins, and you avoid going to Fargo reporting tournaments for 2 months before that because you know you're under the cap with your Scotch partner and you think you're going to win, is that sandbagging? Is it cheating?
100%.
What level of, is it manipulating? I mean, because here's the thing, it's something. I guess we just have to decide what we want to call it. And then from there, I'm going to ask you, if you're not a $3 whore, are you a $3 million whore? Because either way, you're a whore. Sorry to be so blunt on the street, but I mean, I'm kind of passionate about this. Yeah, if you're avoiding going to tournaments because for 3 months, because you and your partner want to beat everybody at Scotch, and you're trying to manipulate the tournament, the Fargo to have, because you know it has you underrated,
why
I call you a cheater.
Oh man, we're
I
gonna
do,
have
straight
such
out.
a great
I call you a straight out cheater.
Oh
Yeah.
well, we're gonna argue about this all week because
Okay.
how can you say that was such an unfortunate role for Dexter?
That's too bad. At
That's
4-2.
where running
Yeah,
around
that's too
three
bad.
rails can get you in trouble.
Right.
Because he just didn't see that line quite as well as he could have. I don't think I probably would have. That 7 balls makeable from all over the place.
Right. Surf topics, they're trying to get rid of that. Yeah, I agree. They need a better. They got ways to get rid of the alias and stuff, but it's tough. They need a better clearinghouse.
You're never going to be able to incorporate how people.
Oh my God!
What a shot!
I thought he was going to make the 9
I
too,
did
just
too.
to make us eat our words. That was a great shot, Dexter. Wow.
And now he's got a. Is he back cutting this 8 ball or is he banking it?
He's banking it.
So banking this, coming around 3 rails for the 9 in the upper left-hand corner pocket.
For me, more importantly, he's just banking the 8. This is not an easy bank, but it's a real makeable bank. He's got to focus on making it. Don't slam it because you don't want to end up all the way at the other end of the table. You don't want to go 3 rails and send the cube all the way down.
When people miss this bank, they miss it short.
Yeah, you want to be sure to get the English on there.
That's why he's going to miss it wide.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dexter.
Bummer.
Little curse there. And do you think he was trying to play underneath the 9 just in case he missed it?
No. I think he was just trying to pocket the 8 ball. Yeah, and I think he went wide because he didn't want to go short.
And I think that wide comes from hitting it short so many times. He obviously was throwing that to come around.
Right. Kevin Boy, I completely agree.
All right, so you don't really want to be drawing this ball right by the side pocket, but I think that's the move here.
I think he's got to just draw it back 6 inches, 5 inches.
I don't think about
3
anything
inches.
but pocketing that ball and not sliding into that side pocket.
Nice
Beautiful
shot, Shaun.
Great execution.
Yeah, that's great. Big opportunity for Shaun.
So what, we're going to have a legal requirement for events you got to attend to be able, I mean, we already have so many stipulations as to how to qualify for events.
Okay, well, again, we're getting into the college level philosophy class, right? Okay, so
well, but let's just go back to the.
I want to turn morality wise. It has nothing to do with somebody making a rule about you doing the right thing. Morality says if Saturday you'd normally go to that tournament, and that this Saturday you're free and you want to go to that tournament, but you choose not to, so that you can have an advantage over me 3 weeks from now when we play each other, then you cheated.
Okay. Well, I think you're blatantly misusing cheating.
Okay. I've heard that before. Yes, sir.
We
yes,
totally
sir.
disagree on
yes,
this.
sir.
And the reason that I will give is a team that's been playing together for more than 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Their Fargos are raising. They don't choose to do that. They don't choose to not play the events because what are they doing? They're playing with their friends. They're still going to go to the events. They have limited time to be able to attend. They're going to keep playing the events every one they can. One of them has actually been accused of not playing as many events as he could to keep his Fargo low, but it's not the case. He has a child. He's got things going on in his life. but they continue to do that. Now they're above it, and their team can't play together anymore. And they're really disappointed knowing, had I chosen to not go to those events, I'd still be able to play with my buddies. My argument to them is we all got to recoup. And the beautiful thing about Fargo and all this stuff is it's all about developing new players. It's all about strengthening the larger community. It's cool you play with somebody for 20 years, but let's find some other teams. Let's spread the talent out. And if you've been playing for 20 years, chances are that's a lot of skill in one arena, and that's kind of the thinking I think with Fargo.
I don't see where we disagree on that. I'm just saying that if those guys
calling them cheaters, I think
I
that
purposely use a harsh word.
Uh-huh.
I purposely use a shocking, jarringly word, and I believe that it's true.
Man, oh man.
Here's what I think. You don't like the word cheaters because you know those guys, and calling people cheaters isn't nice.
Oh, okay. Here's a great case in point. Very nice break. Good look at the one. 2 balls up top there.
If they didn't cheat, I wouldn't call them cheaters.
Both the 4 and 8 are on the table.
He's Dexter's out, my friends. Dexter's out.
When I play League,
yes, sir,
I have a very hard time taking it seriously. Honestly, I don't want to play League. The only reason that I play League is to qualify to come to these larger events. Because if I'm going to spend 3 hours playing pool, I would rather be playing one pocket for 3 hours. I'd rather be playing a set against somebody that I'm challenging myself with, because that to me is realistic pool for me and what I want to do.
In the same way that what would Jesus do is really just a Buddhist kind of a way of saying do the right thing. What you're saying is what I'm saying. If you go to League and you don't want to try hard, then go to League and don't try hard, Summerfield. That's not cheating.
But I think by your rationale, you could call it cheating. I could see somebody watching me play League for weeks and come here and see me play here, and they're like,
it's intent. You're talking about what I could prove in a court of law, and I'm telling you what is morally right or wrong, and what morally makes you a cheater, and it is intent.
Are you going to start writing in morality to the rule set?
No,
to me,
but
that's why we have rules, so that we don't have to have a question about
morality. We're not talking about rules. We're talking about me telling you that some people are cheating so they can take your money.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know.
You want me to prove that they're cheating, and you want to prove that you're not cheating, where I say, I know you're not cheating because you tell me you're not cheating, and you're a good man. Good for you.
But that's why I don't know. So the City League here in Eugene plays with no ball in hand. It's just bar rules 8 ball. No safety play. No safeties.
I don't know what to say to that.
It's
just
disgusting.
Right off the bat. I don't know what to say to that. Okay, but okay.
Are you going over and back twice on this, or are you just drawing straight back?
I'm coming straight back. I'm coming straight back and getting below that 7.
That 2 times. Perfect. Hold up, sugar.
Wow. Dexter is showing me so often why I am not in the finals right now. Wowzers.
Really nice shot.
Yes.
Pushing forward here. It's nice he got on the backside of this ball.
Yeah.
Don't want to clip that 9 because you do have to hit some topspin here.
Yeah.
I don't think you will, though.
If you can't play in those 3 tournaments before the big tournament because you're babysitting and you stay under the cap, you're not cheating.
Oh my
God. But if you purposely avoid it, so you stay under, then you're cheating. And I don't think we can catch you and penalize you in either of those situations. But it doesn't change that it is what it is. That's my opinion.
But then, okay, so there's a particular player who was accused of trying to stay under the cap. And when asked about it, he said, yes, I did that. It was very clear. You said, these are the rules. This is the cap that I have to stay under. There wasn't anything written in about this is how I have to play.
There was. There actually is. You have to play with integrity. There's an integrity thing written in.
Is playing left-handed, trying to strengthen your left-handed game, playing with integrity?
Okay, well, now we're going back to a level of morality, in a real kind of a way.
Yeah.
I know the situation. The guy didn't say he was practicing left-handed. He said, I'm purposely trying to cheat the system.
I don't think he said purposely cheating
manipulate
the system. I think he said within the rules stated, staying within the guidelines. I just think until you can write all those things out, you're always going to have that. I'm not arguing against.
That's where people forget the clause of the league for both the the giant event and for playing in the league that you're going to play with integrity. And that is written in there, and we have people sign that off
Yep.
when they put their entry form in. Yeah, and that your Fargo is based on
Yep.
on real stuff. Yeah, it's the
There's so
integrity
many
clause.
people out there right now, Shaun's friends in particular, who are hating me for not shutting up about this. Shaun,
Good job, Shaun.
mounting
4-4.
a terrific comeback. He's at 4-4. Really, I mean, that roll for Dexter really tried to push that 7 ball in there, clipped the 9 ball, got a really unfortunate. I mean, he leaves a bank, the 9 hangs in the pocket.
Dude.
So going from being up 5-3 to there at 4-4.
Yeah, race to 6. So
4-4
basically a
break
race
him.
to 2 now, right?
Race to 2
Yeah.
to go to
Jeez.
another side.
And it's a double dip situation. No, that is pretty cool, man. It's a good set. Speaking of Fargo, Shaun's Fargo might go up if he ends up pulling this off. Some guys, sometimes one match will make a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
It wouldn't go up a ton, but he could go up to 670.
Both these players are spotting me 2-1 playing. Maybe not Shaun, but Dexter pretty much spotting me 2-1. Mike D, you're probably spotting me 2-1.
Yeah, I don't know. Dexter plays really good. I've played Dexter before and felt like I should do okay against him and didn't. So
I don't think I played him in singles. I think I played him. I know I played him in the team.
I've played
event.
him in big tournaments 2 or 3 times, and he has this nice demeanor. He's super nice. He's not assertive or super aggressive or anything, but yeah, he whooped me all 3 times.
Yep, Canadian.
Yeah.
Turns out that stereotype, often true, not always true.
Yeah.
At the regional tournament, the Western BCA Championship.
Been there?
I met the angriest Canadian I've ever met in my life.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. He was very upset.
He was very upset.
Yeah. I was stunned. He had a good group of people around him, and they all helped the situation resolve, but I was taken aback.
Brutal.
All right, nice break here.
Summer, I am respecting your bag game, my friend.
You like the bag game?
I like your bag game, man. Look at you.
Yeah.
You're rolling deep.
There's suckers in there. There's nuts in there. Yeah, there's jerky. We got options. I don't know what I'm going to want.
Man.
You know?
Right. No, I know. I don't know what I'm going to want either.
I'm a snacky guy. I know it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, surf topics. I think you're right. If that's true about his robustness, then he will move more than normal. But he's got to be pretty close, from what I've seen. He's got to be pretty close to accurate, is what I'm saying.
You know, it looks like. Oh no, he's not looking at pushing. He's looking at coming back. Maybe he can see enough of that one to cut it in. It seems crazy, but I might think about kicking this ball and thinning the one to knock the one over. That's silly. I was
Kicking the one towards the A ball, basically.
Yeah,
no, I think that might be the move, buddy. Because I'm not sure if he can hit it right now. Do you think he can skin it?
I think he thinks he can see enough of it to make it, and if he doesn't, he's going to cut it thin, and he's going to be on the other end of the table. That's what I think he's thinking. And he could see enough of it.
Oh, Shaun.
Man.
Nice shot, bro.
That's a huge shot here. Because right now, you're looking at getting out.
Dude, he's got natural shape. He's got natural shape on the 3 ball. Natural shape on the 4 from there. The 4 leads to the 7. The 7 leads to the 8.
This is a shot I get in trouble with. Because I don't think this shape is natural.
Oh, what shaft are you shooting with these days?
I'm shooting with a Timeless Timber Sheldon LeBeau. It's a low deflection. I'm about to transition to the carbon fiber, but this is one where when I hit with enough top left as I need to get up there, I end up throwing a little bit too far, or I end up coming in too straight into the side rail. You think I'm going to be in a better
love
position?
Sheldon LeBeau.
You and I both.
Yeah, I think I've noticed with my Revo shaft on a shot like this, instead of the top that you're talking about, just the English alone pretty much does it. I
saying
definitely put
just
some
high?
top left. No, top left, but I'm not. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying I end up missing the ball.
Oh,
I end up
see.
getting there for
I
sure,
see. Okay.
but I end up throwing the ball because I'm only hitting the top of the ball. I'm on the
Okay.
rail right there.
Okay. All right.
I think I miscued on this shot when you were watching me play.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I
Yeah,
glanced
I
off
would
the top.
honestly, I would recommend the Revo for that shot.
Have you hit the Levo or the Lebo or the?
No, I try not to shoot with other cues, which I know sounds really weird, but no, I don't like to hit with other cues. I hit with my cue. I don't see the point in hitting with other cues.
I
other
like
than it
both
might
sides
mess
of
me
the
up.
argument for and against that.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing you know. You've got better touch than you will if you try a bunch of
Yeah.
different stuff. But if you don't try new stuff,
Then you'll never know.
how are you gonna know?
I get that. I'm going to be real blunt with you. I spent going on $2,000 on my cue. I ain't switching cues.
Well, until maybe
My
not
wife says
Revo
no.
Generation 2, but what about the 3Vo?
The 3-0.
I mean,
I told you earlier, I'm waiting for the carbon fiber jump cue because I want my stuff to match.
Yeah.
All right, he wants good shape on this 4-ball because the 7 is the key. He's
low right here.
Yeah, he's got a great position to get shape on the 7.
He left himself too much of an angle.
He's gonna need some right hand English on this to get under the 7 ball.
Okay,
He
so
doesn't want to be cutting that 7 up table if he doesn't have to.
So you're saying because I want to hit top right with this. I want to hit it firm enough so I can control it and the ball doesn't bend on me. And
He may need some top, maybe a little bit of top, yeah.
So a little bit above the center, but mostly right. Hoping to hit.
This is one of those almost, it's not opposite English, but it's a shot where you got to really practice putting this much English on the ball and still pocket it. It's going to be that much English, you know.
These shots are my bread and butter.
Okay.
I struggle more with outside English.
You definitely wanted to hit the rail on this and spin into position.
I end up hitting too high on the ball and I end up getting underneath the 8-ball and nudging something, doing something terrible like that. Because I don't take into account how much just high ball is going to move me forward before I touch the rail. So if I'm doing that and I'm putting inside, then it's easy for me to throw myself into that side rail.
Yeah, I got you. See, if you look, he looks like he's using mainly right.
Yeah.
That was a great shot, and this is going to put him in a nice position. If he can pocket this 7, every once in a while, this 7, which should be a really, not easy, but, you know, this is a pool player shot right here. Every once in a while, you'll rattle this one. I hope this isn't one of those times. Yeah, take your time, Shaun. It's probably good advice. Some more TV. I have 12.9.
You're pretty close to that
Stick
rail.
with the Revo. Yeah, me too, brother.
You're working with the rail, not against it right now.
Yes, definitely.
Ideally, you don't even make contact with that side rail.
Yeah, John Graves, the Taiwanese are all going back to maple shafts. They say that they like the bend and that, just like we're saying, low deflection, there's stuff you can do you can't do. They're saying there's stuff you can't do with low deflection, like the bend.
Because it's not a pure arc; it's a swoosh. It's a
swoosh. It's like it's like throwing a frisbee.
Yeah. Playing it in the side. That's a ballsy shot.
Wowzers!
I am
4-4. Listen, he felt good about it. Sometimes you're down. I would imagine if you asked him, he'd say, "I thought I'd miss the corner. I knew I would miss the side, so I shot to the damn side." You guys don't get a vote. I felt right.
I'm glad I don't get a vote. I don't want.
You don't want to consult
part of this committee. Right. Yeah.
So definitely draw a little past the side pocket here. Maybe more than a little, but my problem is if I full stroke this, sometimes that cue ball takes off. So I'm trying for just below the side pocket and calling that good.
He's not even getting to the rail. That way he's staying off there. That's a really smart shot because that's what I don't like is when I end up on the rail a little high.
Using where you're treetop by the rail, shooting the 9 straight in. Yeah. Thinking, why did I just do this?
Which has got to be the most common shot that I leave myself. An important ball on the rail, treetopped.
Nice shot.
Taking a 5-4 lead.
He took the lead.
Holy
wowzers.
Cow. Dexter to break here. And this is, if you're Dexter, you do not want to go to a second set.
Yes, the cost of the shafts is brutal. I agree with John. I would say
Speaking
the
of
break-you
shafts,
is the one that throws me off the most.
one of the big sponsors here is the OB, and I don't know if you've hit one of those. Probably haven't.
Yeah, I have
Don't-
not. No, I
you
have not.
I got to listen to a little bit of how they're made, and man, it's a really cool process.
That's cool.
Really unique product. I've liked OB products for a long time. I don't own any yet, but I am considering trying out their carbon fiber and giving it a whirl.
Yes, they have a booth here. I know Mark Griffin just got him just bought that company.
Yeah.
And yeah, that should do good things for them. He's a juggernaut in the billiard industry, that's for sure.
He just seems to go from one to the next.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it's incredible. And Griff's here in town is just awesome.
yeah.
And it seems like he sees a missing part of the market, and he goes and he does it better than anybody else.
Yeah.
And then he walks away and lets somebody else do it. Pretty important name and pool.
Yep, no, I agree.
Hit that one a lot harder.
Look at
than
that
I've
one
seen.
ball coming around. Cliff,
Ooh.
remember you and I had been talking about that when we were practicing, about that one ball
Yep,
hitting at the perfect speed to come around and stop right there.
that's sweet.
Now's a good time to do that for Dexter.
Now's a good time to run out. I got $1 on the out.
You got $1? I'm going to take that. You owe me $2. I'm in.
Well, and
Goodbye, Kevin.
and I don't think we're going to see a break here. So I'm looking at getting back even. I'm a couple games away from getting even here.
Oh my God, I'm going to need to call my accountant in just a second. I had not realized that's what was happening.
I mean, you don't need to call
Just
them
a
to let them
second.
know you're not.
Okay, now
gonna make it.
that $2 I put in my other account, and the thing is, on the weekends and on days that start with T, I can't
National
get to it.
Emergency Days. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
You can Venmo me, no problem.
What?
The first time
On one of your cash apps. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gambling with somebody, and they're like, they didn't have cash, and they're like, oh, I'll just Venmo you, and I was just like, man, we're living in a different time.
Yes.
And we ended up working it out, but you have to pay double. If I have to download an app for you to pay me the money I just want, I think that pays 2 to 1.
When I let's say 1987, I used to gamble with a guy, and he worked at a store close by. And when he would lose money, you would have to take him to the store. This is again 1987. They'd let him write a personal check at the store at the cashiers, and he'd pay you from that. But he would complain the whole time, and you'd have to drive him to the store. My friend, you owe me $3.
And you don't need to call your accountant. Oh, I so feel your pain, Dexter. And I think he just rushed that a little bit. I think he's starting to feel that down a game. And how can you not? Who doesn't feel that?
You know what? I feel obligated, like I should go mention to him that he still has a break left to take.
I'm sitting on the outside here, and you're not going anywhere. It's gotta. You know what though? If it gets to 5-5,
yeah,
I think you still are in a good position to see a break.
Right, but there is a no affecting the break clause. Is that correct? I can't affect.
I think there is. Yeah,
affect. That's the clause in our bet. That makes sense.
Do you think that's like a moral issue?
Yes, it is a moral issue. Yes, it is.
I would wonder what your intention is there.
Right.
Do you genuinely
You're
care?
right. Yes, that would be cheating. Now, but here's the thing. Let's say I looked out there and I noticed one of them was starting to pee their pants, and I ran out there.
Trickling.
It wouldn't be cheating
They're
anymore. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
And even though it was the same thing, intent is what would matter. One would be me cheating and one would not.
Because you wouldn't be thinking about the
even
dollar.
though it was the same action.
You'd be thinking about the urine.
It's because it's back to the what would Jesus do, and I don't mean that in a religious way, but it is. It's what's right and wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is intent. It really, really is.
I guess hold up, sugar.
You're making me feel old because I feel like I'm talking to a young man trying to explain that you're talking about what the judge can prove, and I'm saying, no, it's just right and wrong, bud.
I think I just have
right
a
and
hard
wrong.
time being anyone else's moral authority.
The judgmentalness of it.
I feel like I can steer my own ship.
Yes.
And I want other people to be able to steer theirs.
Yes.
And for the in-between, I think that's why we write rules. I think that's why in coordinated events like this, because I know that my morality is not going to be the same as yours.
Right.
And I don't think you're wrong for having a different moral code. I might not agree with it. I might not have as much respect for you.
Right.
But I don't want to get in an argument about morality
Definitely. And then
San
here's what I
Rubito saying hi.
and
He
then
believes we're number
here's what
one.
I think. Some people are cheaters, and when they cheat, you should point and go, "Hey, that guy's
You're a
cheating."
cheater. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
I feel like we can have a better word for it. Cheater just.
I know it's jarring, isn't
What
it?
about? I mean, I think
Yes,
that's where slurs come from, like a shawarma. If it wasn't such a good sandwich, I would go with shawarma.
I would agree with you,
But I love shawarma.
except that cheating is exactly what it is, and it's such a fine point. On the word is such a fine point that that's what bothers you. It's not slanderous. It's a fact. It's like saying that when you say my left foot is my left foot, it bothers me.
I mean, you might really think that's your left. I, as a young child, argued with my mother, Marie Hapner. Hope you're listening out there, Mom, about whether silver was gold or gold was silver. Because I was certain that silver was gold. Because I knew that gold was more valuable and I preferred silver.
Okay.
So it's like, no way is that the cool one.
Okay.
It's like, that's definitely the cool one. I don't know how that fits in, but I was pretty sure I was right.
I get
I
you.
was about 4 at the time.
I get you.
Is he jumping this ball? Man,
Oh wow,
that is
he
a
is.
long jump.
What
else
he's
are
got
you
enough
doing here?
table though. He's got enough table to stay on the table.
Oh man, drills
Wow.
that jump too.
He definitely drilled it.
We've
Sean,
seen some
that
really
was a great shot,
crafty
bro.
shots out of Shaun.
That was a great shot, dude. Yeah, some not Hail Mary because that always makes it sound like it's a BS shot. I mean, those are real shots, and like you said right
But
before the
being
shot,
put in a
what else
position.
is he gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, great shooting.
I had somebody. I locked this guy down, locked him down, put him underneath a ball. Object balls right on the other side. There was no single rail, not really a 2 rail, and he had to rail first, jump over the ball I'd hooked him on, or sorry, kick off the rail and over the ball, and just drilled it, almost pocketed the ball.
Jesus.
It was awesome.
John Graves, I agree with you.
Just don't. Yep. Nice and easy here.
Oh, nice.
God, I saw that 6 leaking out. I was going to say,
it was
just
leaking
don't,
out, wasn't
throw this
I'm
wide.
not sure on a 9-foot that would have went.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've thought that before. You know, sometimes on a 7-foot it goes, and you think, oh, another foot.
I say that to myself. I'm like, man, I missed that ball.
Yeah.
I caught that point, and if it would have been a foot away.
Right. Now he's dead straight, which actually, you hate to use top on this because he's going to end up married to the 8. Yeah, good for him.
So now is when you're shooting that low outside and coming around 2 rails.
Oh man, honestly, no. I don't know what's different about this than another time, but no, on this one, I go 2 rails, but I go to the left-hand side pocket, and I'm using more center top with a touch of left.
I just want to make sure I'm going to get back over here.
I don't want to get over there. I want to get on the left side. You're pointing to the right side, so people can't see that. Now he definitely wanted the right side. I roll too low when I do that. Does that make sense? Or if I go the other way, I always stay nice and high. When I go that way, I get too low on the 9 ball. That was a great shot.
I have a hard time controlling my speed coming this way.
Dexter to make it 5-5 hill. God, you know, these guys should take a break, man, and relax a little bit.
He's whispering. I'm not judging his moral code here because nobody's listening. Right. To be fair, though, I'm gonna be surprised if I don't see one of them take a break right now.
Hill. Great set.
But, I mean, who's going to take the break? Shaun's the only player with an option to take a break right now.
And he ain't a break-taking guy, I can tell. Yeah.
Because Shaun's thinking, I got another match coming up here. I'm going to get through this game. What are your snarky comments on this rack? Do you give like a double it and roll it back, or anything like that?
No.
It's one of my stupid
on this
things
one, no. I like to fist bump and say, a good set.
Hill, good luck.
Hill, good luck. Yeah, look him in the eyes. I find that Pacific Northwest, that's pretty common. You don't necessarily see that all over the country. And especially in an event like this, I try and make sure I do that so that it kind of spreads, because I think that's important. I think that's something that we as a community do where I'm from, and I think it's a good thing to do. Yep. Acknowledge that, hey, man, good set. It's Hill. Let's not pretend like it ain't.
And Shaun Murphy, after being down 2-0, I started writing down the games that he won, or
With the
order
scores,
that they
right? I
won,
got you. Yeah.
but I didn't keep up with it, and I wish I would have, because he is just, I mean, he's gotten some rough rolls, and I mean, made a couple mistakes, but he has fought out of all of these holes.
Right.
And to be breaking now at Hill, he's played a great set. Dexter with a little cushion with that 2-0 lead in the beginning. Shaun's going back to the side. And that, I guess that was the first way he was breaking.
Okay.
He might have been looking at trying to snap the 9 there.
Yeah. This is where you don't want to scratch. That's what I always tell myself. On hill breaks, just don't try and be amazing.
So his wing ball hung up there. Luckily, gets the fortunate one on the side. Yeesh, that's scary. All right. With 2 8-balls on the table, he's looking pretty good.
Yeah. This one is a little touchy, but he's looking pretty good.
6-ball is your problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get real good on that 6-ball.
Yeah, you really do.
And you got a 5-9.
Yeah.
I mean, the 9's in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. And the 8's in the way of getting really good shape on the 6.
Are you thinking at all about doing? I mean, ugh. Yeah, what do you do? I mean, you can work off the 2 with the 3 in the pocket. You can do something, but you don't want to take a risk not being able to see your shot. But if you can just nudge that 6.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to take the 6 when he gets there.
I don't see how I want to get there. I mean, what am I going to leave myself down?
Well, in some way, shape, or form, you're going to be aiming for that 8-ball. If you can knock into that 8-ball either from below or above and take the place of the 8-ball, I mean,
I guess I was thinking about being below it and shooting the 6 in the upper right-hand corner pocket.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Because of the 5's proximity to the 9-ball, he may be able to get shape on the 5 where he's got natural safety option too.
There you go.
Here's what I guess I'm saying is, if you're Shaun, you don't want Dexter making those decisions 6 minutes from now.
No.
You'd rather be the one that runs to the 5 and figures something out.
Oh, for sure.
Chances of Dexter doing it are decent.
Yep.
So I agree with what you're saying, but I do think he's just got to get there and figure it out.
So 2 to make the 3, leave the 2 by the pocket, 4 in the upper right.
Yep.
And you're saying get underneath the 5 to try and hook on the 9-ball, knock the 5 up table.
If that's how you land on the 4-ball. Because I think the 5 goes in the bottom right-hand corner. So if you could put yourself in a position on that 5-ball that leads you to use some top and end up at the 8-ball.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because if the 8-ball was the cue ball, you'd have shape on the 6.
Yeah.
So if you can leave himself for a natural shot on the 5 to the corner, and then if not, he should play a safety and use that 9-ball to hide. 5 goes in the lower left and making the 9 at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. If the 5 was another inch higher, or maybe a little inch out and up. But I understand.
The 9-ball there really complicates it.
It really does.
Makes it a lot trickier to get around the table.
Did he? Is he hooked on the 4-ball, buddy?
The 2 balls hung in the
I didn't see the 2. Gotcha. Okay.
And again, he wants to get really good on this 4-ball, and that's a really difficult shot to judge speed on.
Yes,
a really fraction is. 1 millimeter there is going to change the speed of the cue ball coming off dramatically.
Well said. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. What about that? Why doesn't he spin out, take the 4-8 combo, and open that up? The only thing I don't like about that is it's probably pushing the 4 to the side rail.
Well, yeah, and the 4-8 combo, I mean, you want really perfect shape to make that happen. What if you get odd angle shape on that?
Then you're just praying it goes.
On 5-5, yeah, that's how I end up mad in the hotel room 40 minutes from now.
I was leaving myself a combo.
Right, exactly. Speed is good.
Does the 5-ball, can he make the 5-ball in the lower left-hand corner?
I feel like his body language is saying that he can, but I don't think so. I think he needs to pocket the 4 and draw the cue ball back into the 5-9.
I need a peak window. I need just a little pass
The
between.
periscope.
That's a periscope noise.
That was the
agree.
periscope noise. Duh. A mirror? Yeah, I don't know.
Trouble with the mirror, they work both ways. It's a window into our world. I
That's
don't know
true.
if I'm ready to open up.
Good point. No, I'm not.
I don't know if I'm ready to love again. I mean, he looks dead straight on that 4 ball. He's probably drawing. Guess he got the option of drawing into it.
Yeah, I think he's got to draw into it. One positive thing for Shaun is Dexter also has a 6 ball on the rail right by the side pocket.
You know, you
awkwardly
said
sitting
that
there.
earlier, that you're controlling your opponent's object ball, and I know that, but I've never put it in those terms, and I really like that.
Thanks. Yeah, that's something a lot of people don't think about. It's a big difference between those two games, between 8 ball and 9 ball. Yeah. That's why so many of the safes in 8 ball involve skimming off your object ball and sending the cue ball far away, because that's going to be your opponent's object ball, and you want it to stay right there and send the cue ball really far away from it. In 8 ball, that would never work.
Yeah, 8 ball's tricky. It's another reason why I think straight pool is such an important challenge game or practice game.
Yes.
Is that if you think you can play safe on a straight pool table, I mean, you're controlling the ball.
Oh, yes.
You're hitting that Tony Chohan edge of the ball every time.
Yep.
I don't mean to give Tony credit for the edge of the ball, but somehow that guy breaks out the world and still hangs on the teeniest little edge.
Yeah, they say straight pool is the best practice game there is because it's got inherent pressure, whether you're by yourself in your basement or playing somebody for a bunch of money.
What's your high run?
I can get to the 3rd rack. So, 30s.
30s.
Yeah, 30s.
30s is actually my high run too. I can't say I can get to the 3rd rack.
Yeah.
I have gotten to the 3rd rack, but
there's so much pressure in straight pool that it makes me very angry, and I don't like to play it.
That's awesome. How do you do in pressure
There's
moments?
a lesson in Mike D.
Yeah.
How do I do in pressure moments? Well, I count. I always count. And over the years, I've gotten better and better. That's just seasoning.
What do you mean you count?
From the time I stand up.
Hit it.
Wowzers. Till the time I sit back down, I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when I get to...
No, you're not.
And then when I get
you're
to...
You're walking around the table.
And then when I get to...
When you're thinking you're counting.
I'm talking, my God. When I get to the 30s, I start again at 1. Yeah.
The third, just in the 30s, maybe 34.
I don't like to go past 30, yeah. Huh. And then...
maybe that's why you only get to the 3rd
and
rack.
The tempo...
Yeah.
I do that whenever I play pool, any match I play. The tempo changes with my stroke and my shot. And it's how I don't think about the difference between 1st place money and 3rd place money, or the fact that I want to be sure to get bacon on my cheeseburger after I beat this guy, or that, man, I'm playing really good, because those are the moments I rattle the ball because I have a momentary lapse of concentration. Counting keeps you from doing that. That is from oh God, what is the pleasure of small motions? Pleasure of Small Motion says to sing a song, say the ABCs, count, something distracting for your mind that you don't have to think about, so that your subconscious, so that your subconscious,
not a big
so
song
that your
guy?
Subconscious can do that without any thinking about it, because
Were you counting?
Because it's small motions.
That's why you missed.
Because no, I wasn't, because it's small motions that make you play. So yeah, I've been counting for I'd say 3 years now.
Pretty good at it. Yeah.
It's actually really hard to do. It takes a while to get used to it. Yeah, I guess more than 3 years, probably 5 years.
I have a great deal of respect for your game. I think I have a lot to learn from you. I don't like that.
The counting
at all.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because to me, that sounds like something else to do. I like I talk when I play.
Hmm.
I'll listen to music. I love listening to music. I got thrown off my game
Yeah,
early
yeah,
in this
yeah.
tournament and almost lost him in my first round because I was playing with headphones,
Right.
and he called me on it.
Okay.
And I didn't realize. I should have known that I wasn't supposed to play with headphones.
So,
I didn't really realize that in this tournament specifically. I know that's been true in tournaments I played in the past.
do you know Janis Joplin? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
I do.
Okay, so as an example, that's a song that you can speed up or slow down and has the tempo. You could sing that in your head while you were playing. Does that make more sense to you than counting?
That makes me feel better.
Okay,
The hippie inside me.
then
feels
think of
better
it.
about
Then
that.
think of it like that. That
Look at that shot.
Shaun.
Look at this.
Shaun, I'm going to shut up for a moment. My friend, that was a good shot. That was a good shot.
I don't know. I mean, I know there's people out there watching, but I don't know if we can say enough about what a difficult shot that is at a time like this. He is, facing elimination or going to a second round, and he just drilled that ball past the 8-ball, up the rail, give himself great shape on this 8-ball.
The phrase "he came to play" really comes to mind. Seriously, everybody here, they flew on a plane, they spent a lot of money, they sent entry fees in a month ago. I mean,
Yeah.
This guy came to play. That shot right there, that is the respect given to the efforts that he has made to be here.
Champions make that
Yes,
shot.
seriously. Shaun, that is way impressive, my friend.
No
seriously.
kidding. Huge.
Additionally, I would have done the same thing.
You would have drilled it. I believe that, yeah. While counting. What a play. Holy
Definitely
cow,
while
Shaun
counting.
Murphy.
Definitely while counting.
Man,
All right.
forcing a second match.
You know what's great about this is we don't really have to touch anything except go to zeros. I'm going to take off the headphones because my ears need a break.
Yes.
If these guys don't take a break, I'll tell you what. We're going to keep the stream going because, man, to start the broadcast again, to be honest with you, we got to fill out about 4 lines, and I'm just not in the mood. So
totally.
We're keeping it going.
So we're going to a round 2. This is Summerfield Abner, Mike D, Bad Boys TV, and sponsored by OB, USAPL. This is a great tournament. We're going to play this OB commercial. We're going to be right back with you guys for round 2. Shaun Murphy. and all that. I think that goes along with it.
Oh, definitely. And that's a really cool related topic.
Yeah, totally.
You know what gets to me when there's too much talking about the food at the casino and things like that.
Do it. Well, you're going to come up and talk some. We're going to have friendly conversation about pool. And I'm going to introduce you. You can say hey, you can give shouts out to people. And we're going to talk a little bit about pool. I'm going to ask you questions.
Okay.
It's like both players coming back
Do
here.
I put that on?
You do. All right, we are ready. Yeah. Colby, can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear?
Mm-hmm.
Colby, what's your last name?
Hatfield.
Hatfield?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stream. This is Bad Boys TV with Colby Hatfield and Summerfield Habener. This is the second round of the Platinum Division 9-ball singles here at the 2020 CSI Expo. We have Dexter, Ambang, and Shaun Murphy. Shaun Murphy won the first set. We're going to a second match. Shaun trying to double dip Dexter. This is for $1,650 for first and $1,000 for second. Colby, what do you think? Just looking at the names, who are you choosing? Who's your horse?
I think Dexter.
You think Dexter? Let me bend this in just a little bit. What makes you think Dexter? Not sure?
No.
Do you know which one Dexter is?
No.
Not sure. I hear you. I oftentimes confuse the players. Well, it looks like Dexter won the leg. Nope, I lied. Shaun won the leg. There we go with confusing the players. So that's Shaun. He's about to have the first break. First break means quite a bit. Do you play much 9-ball yourself?
I don't know what 9-ball is.
Yeah. Do you know what 8-ball is? Not as much. Not big on pool?
I know how to play pool, but I just don't know that stuff.
If you had to estimate how many balls you cleaned for this event, how many balls would you say?
Like 200.
Like 200?
There's like a big stack in the break room.
I think you probably cleaned 200 sets of balls.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And there's 15 per. So how many is that? That's like 3,000 pool balls.
Wow.
If you were getting paid $1 a ball, you'd be making real money.
They actually have 10 cents a ball.
10 cents a ball is what you get paid?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's awesome. You made $300.
A lot.
Good for you. What are you going to do with the money?
I don't know. Probably either put it in my college fund.
College fund, that's smart.
And maybe some other stuff.
What are you going to be when you grow up?
A marine biologist.
Ooh, very cool.
Or a paleontologist.
Very cool.
We're out for options.
Dinosaurs and dolphins, man. That's what it's all about.
Or storm catcher.
Storm catcher. A catcher or a chaser? I don't know.
They're catchers.
They catch them?
No, they go after them to get details, but they stay away from them so they don't get hurt.
Gotcha.
But a lot of people have died doing it.
Yeah, it's a risky business.
Yeah.
Do you think it's well paid?
Yes.
All right. All right, Shaun with the first break here. So, Colby, let me tell you a little something about the game. You have to hit the lowest numbered ball on the table first. So that's why they put the 1 up top. So you have to go in order. So he's got to play the 1 ball, the 2 ball, the 5 ball, the 6 ball, the 8 ball, then the 9 ball. So the nice thing is he just has to go in order. It's connect the dots pool.
What's the 9 ball?
The 9 ball is the money ball for both players. So whoever makes that 9 ball wins the game.
Cool.
It's like the 8 ball and 8 ball.
What color is the 9 ball?
It's that white one with a yellow stripe.
Oh.
Crazy thing about this game, if you hit the 1 ball first and then you fly around and make the 9 ball, you still win the game.
Cool.
So that's different from other games. If you don't hit the lowest numbered ball on the table first and then make contact with the rail, you know what happens?
I think so. I think the other player gets a point.
They get ball in hand. So ball in hand means you can put your cue ball anywhere on the table you want.
Yeah, I think I know the rules to this.
Yeah.
Papa's told me how to play
I got to play a little pool with your dad last night. He shoots good.
Yeah, he said he and my mom were gonna go play pool. I didn't know you were there too.
I got to hang out for a little bit. So he got on this 2 ball. He didn't get quite enough in line. He left himself a little bit of a back cut on the 2. He's got to get on that 5 ball. So you're going to see the cue ball drift down here and then back up for that 5 ball.
Cool.
Yeah. So he's going to hit that with a little draw stroke. Draw stroke means the cue ball either comes backwards or it slides and then comes back.
Cool.
So a little low, maybe a little bit of outside.
Can they hear us right now?
They can't hear us, but you know who can?
Who?
The 72 people who are listening. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody? You want to say hi to anybody? One of your friends?
I don't know. Oh.
Friends, teacher, mom and dad?
Hey, Mom and Dad. I love you.
No, good job. Well, Colby, it looks like Mike just got back. It's been really nice having you in the booth. Will you join us again? We'd love to have you in more often.
Yes.
Cool. Well, thanks for being here. We'll see you again soon. Good job. Meanwhile, Shaun here getting good on the 5. Kind of got on the wrong side there. He's still in good position. I mean, really easy over and back for the 6. Mike, welcome back to the booth.
Getting from the 6 to the 8 is tough. Yeah, you had the cutest co-host there in the business.
She's awesome.
Oh
that
my
kid
gosh,
is phenomenal.
Super cute.
She was T-Rexing out yesterday. It was hilarious.
Yes.
All right, so Shaun won the break.
Oh, nice.
Did I lose our pencil already?
I threw all our pencils down on the ground. I did when we were talking. When we were talking about Fargo, every time I'd make a point, I grabbed a pencil and threw it on the ground.
You demonstrate that a lot.
Well, you're big, and I feel like I needed to really mark my territory or something. I don't know. You're making me feel some kind of way.
Aw. I hope it's loved.
Yes, exactly.
Respected.
Right.
Maybe questioned.
Pencil throwing.
You're right. This 6 to 8 is tricky. That 6 just being so close to the rail.
You know, I think, though, if you pretend it's not tricky and just hit the 6 hard with some bottom right, you may float right back over and have shape on the 8 ball. Does that make sense?
Oh, totally.
Maybe you'll avoid that 9 and just get right back over
Because you imagine the 9's bigger than it is.
Yeah.
But I think when you're hitting that shot, you're hoping you don't end in that V created by the 9 ball.
Right, exactly.
And I try to not hope. I like pushing forward on this with just some straight high ball.
Okay.
Because I think you're going to end up a little wider, but you're not going to throw behind the 8. I think you got a good chance of coming in between those.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Because the way I try to shoot it is with high left, and that's when I know I end up coming wide.
Right, but you're definitely trying to come in through or underneath through the 8 and the 9 gap right there to get shape on the 8 is what you're talking about.
Just because I'm afraid.
I get you.
Yeah,
that's legit.
Leave myself long.
I think that's legit. Yeah.
I try to look at that. I mean, the triangle that you cut where the 8 ball's available over there, and the better I get, the longer of a shot I created myself.
Sorry, that was my.
No problem.
I do pulling a funny on you guys. He did what you said.
How'd he hit it?
He hit it really good.
That's pretty sweet.
Does he hold it? Does he go 2.5 rails? What do you think here?
I like 2.5. 1, 2, 3.5.
3.5, yeah. 2.5, he'd have a problem.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You know what? Maybe he is going to hold it. I don't think he has to hit this ball really. He's close to the
It's
object
hard to
ball.
say. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Boy, but I tell you, Shaun's got a lot of momentum going right now. I mean, if you look at things with Dexter up 4-2, Dexter hasn't won a game in a while.
Yes, I think, yeah. Shaun's Fargo's gone up in the last 14 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And the fact is, Dexter just hasn't had that many opportunities. It's not like he's made a bunch of mistakes.
Right.
He rattled that one ball.
Yeah.
And that's been the turning point. Shaun has just been able to capitalize.
All right, so he's
did
going
it.
2.5
Come
or
on,
3.5
sugar.
rails, I guess we decided.
Perfect. Left it great. And I like just rolling this ball. See a lot of people just snap this, and that's when you bobble. I like rolling it forward.
Yep, I agree.
Caught the pro side of that pocket. Didn't even touch the side rail. Great shot. Shaun Murphy striking first. He's on a tear. That's 5 games in a row.
5 in a row.
Yeah. And Dexter getting back to the table. You really got to wipe that last set away. And I like that Dexter took a nice long break. He walked back. He had his hoodie on. You could tell that he went and took a break. And hopefully you walk away.
Yeah.
This isn't the 5th game in a row. That's the first game of a new set.
Yeah. I saw him outside and talked to him, and he talked to me just a little bit, and I could tell he would have talked to me. And I thought, oh man, I'm leaving you alone, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that guy that comes follows you out on your break and
How do you
talks
feel?
to you for your 10 minutes. And here's what I noticed. You came up on the 7 ball. I thought, I'm just going to smoke, and you can smoke, and we'll just do our own
What would you do different?
Yeah. Right, exactly.
I want to ask Rick about microphone. I do think we're going to be doing a quick interview with these players after the match.
Last I heard, not so much. Nice break. Nice break. Boy, he brought that one ball right around. Oh, that is a hell of a break. Dexter has some good breaks, man. Look at that. He's getting from the 1 to the 2. So nice. Oh, I can't hear you, buddy.
Man, we don't want to miss out on that goal.
Oh, my God. Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty. Do you play through this one ball off the head rail?
Yes. If I have any kind of choice, and I think he does.
And are you playing the 3 in the same pocket, or are you trying to play the 3 in the side?
I'd like to play the 3 in the same pocket, but it's dependent on angle. If I got the right angle on the 2 ball, y'all roll forward and put the 3 in the side. The 4-8 combo looks pretty dead. That's cool.
He just goes around it, so that's how he gets straight. I like that. I think where he's at right now, I think he's going to want to take that 3 in the side. I don't think he's going to like popping out.
I think he could go both ways from here. We'll see what he likes.
He's got enough of an angle to pop out for that 3. That's a pretty punchy shot.
Yeah, I think it'd be a punch. Yeah, I know what you're saying. See, and I feel the same about the shape in the side. I think he's a little wrong for shape in the side.
But I don't think he minds that little bit of angle coming back down for the 4 either.
Yeah, you might be right.
Who knows if he intended to be that straight.
Right,
he probably didn't. But I see what you're saying, too. As you're coming down, you're getting into the dangerous part of that shot. Again.
Now, see, that's the wrong side of the 4 ball, though. But he's going to be able to work it out. He could probably go in between the 5 ball.
He's going to go right around that 5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for natural shape on the 4.
And if he wanted to, I mean, he could hit the 4 ball. And I don't think he's going to want to.
Yes, but you're right. I agree with that. Spin it down, kind of bottom right hand. Yep, I agree.
And Yep. Pretty sure that the black 4 ball is on the left-hand side of the black 8 ball.
Yeah,
And-
yep. When they're close together, it's nice.
Yeah.
Contrast and compare.
It seems like there's a little more ball shadow than I'm used to.
Interesting. I do see what you're talking about. I'm not sure.
Which is interesting because this room is filled up with Whitman lights and they are looking phenomenal. Interesting. So he was afraid of getting caught up down there.
Yeah.
Drills that bank. All right, so playing the combo. I'm trying to play low right on this combo to make sure I get over here. I don't want to get blocked by the 9.
He's got problem. He needs to hit the 9 ball coming back up.
Okay, so he's just going to hit straight and
collide. Yeah.
That's a smarter shot.
Yeah. And now he's out. He come up
Straight
5.
between the 5-9 gap.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, with this much table to work with, you're not too worried about how you're getting on the 6 ball.
Right.
Don't want to get straight here, even if you do.
No, you're right, though. This is, although he's not quite straight, he's going to be able to get up to the right-hand side pocket.
But now you're straight drawn. Yeah, you're right. He's got enough angle. Because, yeah, the last thing you want to do is leave yourself a straight draw with a big side pocket there.
Right.
Knowing you got to get on that side of the ball.
Exactly.
Get some big shoes to fill there, Mike.
I don't know what that was about. Oh, about the because I took Brooks
Cool.
thing. Thank you, DD Raider. I appreciate it. Great job, Colby. Okay, now I'm with you. Sorry, I tuned out. Now I tuned back in.
He did. He drew to the other side of it. He was straighter than we thought. He's got a nice, easy drift here.
Nice.
We're going to 1-1. Man, this has been a great set already so far.
These guys do a lot of back and forth. They do a lot of one game.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
All right, second game. We're at 1-1. Nice shooting, Dexter. I was talking to Shaun, and he was like, that last game I thought about changing my break because he had scratched in the side.
Yeah.
It was funny because we were both talking about that.
Right.
Yeah, both these players play very strong. Again, we have... Oh, did I lose my cheat sheet? No, we don't. Got Shaun. He's a 6'69", playing out of Ramona, California, on the Q Billiards in La Mesa. He plays with a Dave Witzel cue. That's out of San Diego. And Shaun, another shout out to Janice. If she wasn't watching the first time, he knows she is now. Dexter's a 688. He's out of Vancouver, BC. Never played in this tournament. This is his first final. Definitely an exciting player. He breaks with a Mez power break and is playing cues of Joss.
And he's a nice guy.
Capricorn, right?
He walks on the beach. Right.
Yeah.
There's a 87 Maserati.
Yeah.
We're just going to make up facts.
I can see him in a Rowdy for sure.
We're just going to make up facts about Dexter.
I don't know what kind of car he drives, but it's fast.
Somewhere Dexter's mom or dad is listening to this going, wait a minute, those last facts were not true about
He
my
sold
son.
that Maserati
And
in
I'm
84.
mad that you said that. Boy, when you can bring the cue ball back with the 1 ball, I'm telling you, it's powerful, man. You get that sucker to follow it back there, you often have a shot.
What percentage of the time are you running this
12.
table out?
A lot.
More than 12.
A lot. Yeah. I mean, now when I say 90%, everybody thinks 90%, and what the truth is 78%.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. I would hope I'm 8 out of 10 on this. But like I say, everybody's going to tell you that, I guess. And then you miscue, and then you do something stupid, and I don't know.
Because 4 inches in the wrong direction means the world.
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? How often do you think you're out on this?
You said 12. I'm probably 12% of the time.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not true. I really believe that I'm out more than that. But again, I think we all overestimated
Right,
those
we all
notches.
want to think that, yeah.
Right here, I'm doing that. I'm slide drawn,
Right.
and for me to overhit that shot and end up way down here is pretty easy. I can make that mistake.
Yeah.
4 to 5 transition, I can end up in a tweener position where I'm like, I get too high up on the table, and all of a sudden I'm back cutting the 5 and coming around 3 rails for the 7.
And I feel like that about the 7 ball, where I feel like I could probably get on the 5 pretty straight, but I might get on it so straight that I'm on the 50-yard line on the 7 by the time I get to it. And maybe all the way down at the top rail, too, in the middle of the bottom short rail.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want those things to be true.
Yeah, let's
be clear about that.
And I guess that I'm convinced that I'm not trying to reinforce the things I'm doing wrong. I'm trying to be aware of the things that I do wrong,
Right. Exactly.
so that I can do less of them.
100%. That's called growth.
Yeah. Here, I think he wants to just punch this ball a little bit. By punch, I just mean kind of a center ball snappy stroke, just like that. Not a lot of cue ball motion, but hitting it firm enough to make sure you pocket that ball.
Now here's
he's awfully straight on that
we
4.
were talking about, though. He's awfully straight on that 4 ball.
I'm not hearing you now, buddy.
I'm not hearing. Yeah. Ooh.
Are you unplugged? Oh, you know what? You bumped this here. Turning yourself down.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, and I want you to turn back up. I want to hear all those.
All right. Thank you.
Important insights.
If you guys can't hear me, or if I get annoying, let me know. Everything else, no offense, I'm less interested in, but those 2 things.
That was I couldn't hear you, not you were annoying.
I see. Yeah.
So here, something I can do is I can overdraw this ball, and I can draw it right in the corner pocket.
Yes.
But yeah, you can make that 5 from anywhere on that side of the table.
Yeah. Good shot.
Looks pretty straight here. Yeah, I would want to pop back out towards the center of the table.
Oh, definitely.
But I don't know for sure that he has the angle to do that.
I think he has to, because I think follow doesn't get him anything except the point. Yeah, and he's setting up to draw.
Yep.
I'm going to start waiting to predict until they start to do it.
Okay.
I think my percentages are going to go way skyrocket. We're still keeping percentages, right?
Yeah.
Every time you're wrong, I mark it in a book.
And what
you're
happened
doing
now? I'm down $1, right?
Yes,
because
you're down
you ended up
$1,
with
yes,
3
because they didn't
strokes.
take a break. Yeah, you're down $1.
Summer is got 1.
Yeah. $1, or it's $3 in food vouchers, whatever you want to pay.
All right. Well, $2.
That'd be funnier if we had gotten food vouchers.
It's true.
The coffee here is $4.
You know what? I'll pay in
I'm
food
gonna keep
vouchers. No
telling
problem.
people that, yeah.
I make my own.
I make my own.
All right.
Give this guy a sandwich.
That's oddly enough what they say too. Not valid for anything but a sandwich.
He's got 90% of the pocket, 98% of the pocket, so he felt good about that. Good
Great
for
shot.
him. Shaun is pulling it out. Well done,
We're
Shaun.
stair-stepping. Shaun Murphy.
He's making it happen.
Game number 3. Going up 2-1. And Dexter coming in trying to hold a serve.
So you streamed till almost 11 last night?
Yeah.
Nice, man.
I think later. It was 10:30 match,
Well,
right?
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. It was later, yes.
It was a pretty quick match,
Man.
though.
I was ready to have dinner with you, and then I went back up to the room. And my friend, I started thinking too
You were
about
toast.
I had a 9 a.m. match, which means I got to get up about 6:15 or 7:15. I thought, man, this is not going to work. I had a sandwich. I would like dinner tonight.
Yeah,
I
would
haven't had
too.
a hot meal. I've had sandwiches for 3 meals in a row.
Had a lot of meat cheese bread.
I know that you guys all super care, especially since it's probably 2036 that you're watching this in.
What are you thinking for meal? Give it to me straight. Meat and rice?
For
somewhere
well,
else?
one, I haven't had a cheeseburger and a fry for a while, but I really do like teriyaki chicken and white rice, which is also something that is often easy to find and at a nice
true.
price point. So if we found a place that had, you know how often it'll be in red letters and it'll say teriyaki, like that's my jam. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll say joy teriyaki, and then I feel some joy.
Yeah.
I like Joy Teriyaki.
That's your happy place.
No plug. But yeah, I'm always good with a teriyaki chicken bento kind of thing.
Oh, man, he got hooked.
He did.
So edge of that 5 is blocking him. Nice break. The one got knocked in.
Yep.
Like, this is, when you've been stair-stepping, this is not what you want to be walking up to. A couple tricky balls.
Was it Tim? Who was the guy that played doubles from the Pacific Northwest earlier? The skinny, thin guy with the lady.
I don't think it was
They
here
lost.
for that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm playing a Diamond Division teams with Dexter and that guy.
Jason. Not
Jason,
Tim.
yes. I just got picked up by their team.
That's awesome.
So that was cool.
You guys are going to be a really strong team.
That's a good team. Apparently, we're under the cap. I don't have to pay the entry fee.
You don't have to pay? You're just in?
I'm just in, and they cut up the money 5 ways.
That's awesome.
Now, listen, if you're in America watching this, then you know that there's a national emergency right now with the coronavirus. And, teams is 4 or 5 days from now. Who knows what's going to happen. But as of
I
now,
could probably also
team.
say, I'm playing teams this time, too.
That's what
You know?
you could I'm playing teams with Earl Strickland and
want to know
Jones,
why? Because I'm as confident that Earl is going to need a member on his team as
you think there's going to be some openings?
I think we're going to have some slots to fill.
There might be some slots.
I think they're going to make some exceptions.
I think,
Or I think they're not going to make some exceptions, and we're going to
have some people sitting around the casino.
Going to have a lot of teriyaki
games,
time.
A lot of ring games going on. Yeah, 5-9, baby, 5-9.
I would like to play you a race to play a game on every single one of these tables, billiards included. Race to 310, maybe 320. Do you think we can do it?
100, 300, you mean?
But, well, let's just say, who? Yeah. Best out of 310.
Nope.
Not interested?
Nope.
No matter what the price point?
Nope. But I like you.
Just don't think we'll have time? Or just completely uninterested?
Tell you what we could do.
You don't want my action?
Pick a table. I'll play a race to 7.
That doesn't sound like nearly as much fun. You don't want to accomplish that at all. You got to have goals, Mike. You got to.
I have a goal to play a race to 7. I'll play it for $10.
Well, we played race to 6 last time, so that's an improvement.
Okay.
We're one more.
All right. Yeah, no, I'll play some pool though, but I don't know if I want to do any.
I don't know that I believe that anymore.
Marathon pool, not my thing.
Is he going to play that 3-9? It looks.
I would say he is. He definitely
looks pointed.
Got back down there.
It's either that or because the 3 getting past the 9.
No.
He's just going to pop that combo.
Well, the other thing you can do is go rail first into the 3 and just skim on the 3 and send the cue ball up, or towards on the left-hand side of the table.
Yep.
And that often produces a pretty tough shot for your opponent, and is harder to mess up than you might think because that 9 ball's going to kick it right to the rail.
Whereas if you fly the 9 and you miss, you leave it wide open. It's still tricky little region down there, but
well, yes. Listen, I'm not going for that safety if I think that 9 might go. If that 9 might go,
you're shooting it.
I'm shooting it
every time.
Every time. Yeah.
Shameless.
In this position where the 4's under the 7 and under the 5 ball, meaning that even if I leave my shot on the 3, the 4's tough to get on. Yeah, if I think that 9 goes, I'm flying at it.
And I know that's true because I cheesed a 9 ball on you when we were playing. We're playing for nothing. We're playing for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, sorry. And you're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's a game.
Exactly.
Those are the rules.
That's how we do. I don't know if you were there for the Northwest Cup at Sam's when I took a 2-9
Apparently you
combination.
haven't done much listening to the Northwest Cup.
Yes, I know. Yes. I did a 2-9 combo or a 1-9 combo with ball in hand that no one could believe I was actually going to shoot until I shot it. And I made it. Which is good because when you start out with no one could believe I was going to shoot it, if it ends with I miss it, the third thing is everyone really mad. Some version of everyone thinking stupid.
Yeah. It's crazy how quick that transition can happen in pool from you dumb to great shot.
Right, exactly. Yes, exactly. Yep. I forget who it was. Someone was outside at Sam's watching through the window that I knew, and I could see even the look on that person's face as I'm lining up on this combo. We're thinking, I have a reputation as being one of the stronger pool players, and they're thinking, Mike D's going to go for the 1-9 combo. It's 9 feet
ruining
away.
everything.
What is he doing?
Well, I think people read into it. I think people read into that and they say he's desperate. They read into that saying he's taking that because he doesn't think he can get out. He's taking that because they need a win.
Yes. Oh, all those things are so true.
So you're validating.
Those things are so true.
Yeah.
But I also, here's the other thing though. Sometimes you get down on a combo like that and you look at it and go, oh, I'm definitely making this.
Yeah.
It's dead. I feel good about it. I
exactly
did not think I was going to shoot that shot until I put the cue ball and looked at it real quick and thought, oh, I'm definitely making this.
Yeah.
And the more I thought about it, and there's also a shot clock in this event, I didn't have a long time to think about it, which actually helped me to go, listen, it is what it is. This ball goes.
And that poses a unique challenge when your brain naturally goes to something and you're like, well, that's not a good idea. You still have to contend with the fact that my brain's on that.
Right. Exactly.
I don't want it to be there.
Exactly.
I didn't make it think I should take this combo.
Right.
I took a shot and I was playing really good. I don't think I had missed a ball. I was up. I mean, it wasn't much. I was up like, I think 3-1.
But it's going your way.
It's going my way.
You're starting to think about how you're going to feel when you win, what you're going to do afterwards, what kind of cheeseburger you're going to get. That's when I count.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when you count.
That's my story. Go ahead.
We're going to get back to that because I need something to mute my mind, especially when I'm being successful.
I thought this might be that story, so I wanted to say, yeah, exactly. So you're at 3-1.
So I take this shot. I have 1 ball here, 9 ball here, side pocket here, and ball in hand. And it's ball in hand, mind you.
Right.
And there's one cluster that's kind of locked up. So what do? I line up the cue ball with the 9 ball. I'm playing the 1 off the 9 in the side, trying for the 9 over here. I think the 1 is going 100%.
Right.
No question in my mind the 1's going.
Right.
And you can see these people just like, more not what is he doing, but what an a-hole.
Right,
you know?
Right.
And fire that ball. I was also going to draw back to get behind the 2 if I ended up missing the 9 ball.
For a double, yes, I got you.
And
Great
didn't
shot,
get there.
Shaun.
Missed them both.
Oh, no. Missed the 1 even.
Missed them both, yeah.
Good shot, Shaun.
Very good shot. Yeah, because that's a tough cut there, and to make contact, leave yourself in a good position.
He's looking great here because he can pull back on that 5. He's got nice on the 7. The cue ball come off the rail, so he's got to cut on the 8 a little bit, which natural shape on the 9. I'm going to go just mark the game for him right now. That's what I'm getting at.
You're pulling back on the 5 in the side.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe it's not as steep as I think it is.
Maybe
he's going to hit this side of the 9.
There you go.
It's beautiful.
Great shot. That worked out even better than I thought.
And you're just going to want to stop the cue ball here.
I want some angle. Definitely stop. Stop. If I could stop and pull it back a half a revolution, I would do that even. I want natural shape off the 8 ball for the 9.
A revolution or a revolution?
A revolution. Like my Revo shaft.
I'm going to get them to tell you you're doing it wrong. I'm going to get Predator to tell you you're saying it wrong.
Okay, so just
who does it have to be?
I want to get this clear. You know, you're going to get Predator to tell me how to pronounce the word revolution?
No.
Okay. What are you going to have Predator?
They're going to tell you that it's the Revo shaft, and it is a revolution. It's a word association. It doesn't have to. It can be spelled the same. It doesn't have to be pronounced the same.
So now you know where I'm at, and you just based your argument, and there we go. Now we know where we are.
Who's he gonna take? Give me a name. All right, Shaun Murphy, huge. That 4th game going up 3-1.
I believe is the Predator rep that's over there. Kim News something.
Looking
I'm friends with her on Facebook. You get her to tell me. We can go over there together if you'd want. You can. It's going to have to come from you because I don't want to fanboy on them. When are they getting a leather case and a carbon fiber
leather
jump
case, carbon fiber
right,
jump
those are the questions we want to know.
Periodically,
yes.
I will ask people to ask a question that I think is important to have that question asked. And I don't think that crosses a moral boundary. I think that just increases the odds that people are going to hear the question.
Yes.
It's easy for things to fall by the wayside.
Exactly.
Very great shot. I think John Graves is the fellow out in the audience, yeah?
Yeah, that sounds right.
John, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, definitely.
Little crowd over here on Bad Boys TV here at the 2020 CSI Expo.
We have
That's
a really
what we're
cool,
calling it, right?
Yeah, right. Apparently,
Yeah.
that's what the videos are labeled on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call it the BCA World Championships. Is what I thought I was coming to, but it is. It's the 2020 CSI Expo.
And I've heard him say worlds, like worlds, not world championships. It's whirlies, like Maxim calls it.
Right,
Maxim.
and like with an apostrophe S.
Uh-huh.
Like they
Worlds.
belong.
It's the worlds. Possessive.
Possessive. Right.
Yeah. Shaun sticking with that side break, and I don't see why he wouldn't. He's been pocketing several balls. Still kind of a toss-up if he gets a shot on that one, but he's been getting the one up by the head side of the table like you're talking about really well.
Yes, yep. I would say the one and the cue ball have been following each other back up table where he's standing, which is step one to get in shape on the one ball in my experience.
Only mistake we've seen him making is crossing over the center plane of the one ball and getting on that left side of the table.
Yeah.
And this is what I run into when I do that is I squat the cue ball, and then I end up just too steep.
Right. No,
Leave myself an opening bank, and he unfortunately got hooked by that 3 as well.
This might be the first time I've seen a shot where somebody really needs to push.
You're right.
I think I would roll into the 6 ball maybe.
You don't think he can see the edge of the 1? You think that 3 is a full block?
I don't think so. No, and if he can, he's in good shape. And if he can't, I like leaving him where the 6 is, so he's got a 1 rail bank on it, so he takes it. But I would say that's a low percentage shot. And if he doesn't take it, good, I'll take it. It's a 1 rail bank. Low percentage or not, it's a shot. And with these two guys, they're both so smart and good. You might as well just keep it simple. Leave your opponent a bank. He either takes it or he doesn't.
You're definitely right.
You know what I mean? You try and get too clever, it's going to bite you.
When I was playing, what's her name, a derby?
Oh, yes, Keith, the young blonde Russian girl with a K, Katrina, Karicha.
It's going to come to me.
She's very nice.
She's very nice.
Soft-spoken little thing. Yes.
Terrific player.
Yes.
So I was playing her, and she rolls to a position where it's a tough shot for me. Really hard. I was already down in the match, but leaves me, a long, steep cut where I've got to draw back and get on the ball. And what she's thinking is this idiot's going to take it. He's going to miss it, and I'm going to be in great position, or he's going to give it back, and I've got a way better shot at making this ball. I decide I don't want to give it back. I don't want to watch her make another ball in my face. What I want to do is I want to take my shot. So as much as I know that it's a lower percentage shot, I know that if I'm giving it back, she's going to make that ball. And I'm not there to watch her make the ball. I'm there to try and make my ball. So I chose to take it. I made the ball, and honestly, if there was like one achievement at Derby, that was it, because that was like a graduation moment for me, where it was like, I say a lot, I'm going to take my shot, I'm going to own my shot, I'm not going to shoot timid. But that was, for me, on the TV table and all that, it was it was a challenging moment
really
for
cool.
me. So
that's really
so that felt good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I got handled in that set. I think I lost 3-9. So not a great showing for me, but
she plays great, man.
She plays really great.
To say, yeah.
Christina Tkach.
Christina Tkach, yes. And not to make this a conversation about how surprising it is to get beat by a girl, but April Larson got me 6-4 here in this tournament. She was in my division. She played good, and she played a little better than me, and she won.
What's April's Fargo?
I don't know.
Not sure.
I don't know.
But she's around the same.
I don't know.
I'm going to say I don't know again. So he could see way more of that ball than we thought. Oh, man.
Way more. He left a window, unfortunately, but that was a pretty good idea what he did.
I think I would have gone the other way.
Here's the real answer that why you're getting the I don't know. April's from a part of the country where they don't do a lot of Fargo. She's not super into Fargo.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure how.
Where's she from?
I forget.
I don't. I'm asking you all these questions. It's like a crappy test. I'm sorry.
I'm too old to know that much about April Larson. If I
Yeah.
know that much about April Larson, it gets weird really quick.
It's a creepy
okay?
way.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
gotcha.
people are like, that's a lot of April Larson information there, Mike D. Yeah,
Definitely.
and again, I don't want to tell stories about how we're surprised about getting beat by girls, but
Not
I
at
just,
all.
it
No, I
just
thought
happens
that
that I
that
have
was
a
one of
story
the.
that's similar to yours.
I think the reason that match got picked to be on the TV table was that reason. Here's big dumb white guy getting, monster slaughtered by itty bitty little Russian phenom.
She's 4'9".
She's teamy.
Long blonde hair. She's very pretty.
Played that rail first with that much speed.
Oh wow!
And almost got very lucky with that hook there.
No, April Larson's not from Oregon or Washington State, and she's going to college at some place where Mark Wilson was the college coach. I believe it's back east
because they still have pool in college. That's definitely
even
back
more
eastern.
so. Yeah, even more so. Yeah. So anyway, no, it's a long ways away from where I'm at. I'm from Oregon.
Yeah, that's a pretty huge role.
That was a big role. Yeah.
But we've seen a lot of crafty shots out of Shaun here. Every time he's been in a position like this, he's come with something. And I've been really surprised. Right now, you won the first set. You got to a second set. You're up 3-1. Momentum is rolling your way. Something's got to shift. There's always going to be a shift in the match, but something pretty dramatic's got to happen at this point.
Yeah.
What do you think?
If I'm Shaun, I'm thinking sometimes this is where that 20-point Fargo difference or 10-point Fargo difference can come into play, and this is where a guy can catch up to you and get ahead of you.
That's what you're thinking when you're Shaun?
Yeah, because that leads to...
You want to be thinking that?
Yeah, well, for me, it leads to I need to be careful and not be overconfident, and make sure I'm using my fundamentals and I'm making the smart choice. That's what I'm thinking of, Shaun. If I'm Dexter, I'm thinking this is the part where me being a little better than this guy supposedly is going to help me out, and I'm going to be able to catch up with him in a second because he's going to make a little mistake, and I'm going to be able to run 2 racks on him real quick.
I think I don't like overconfident. I think I like false confidence because I think confidence gets into, we mistake that with arrogance a lot of the time.
Yes.
And I think that false confidence, you talk about counting, something that I should probably consider, because when I get into that zone where I'm thinking of, so
bummer.
he was just trying to sneak by it.
He was to get on the
Yep.
That's too bad to give up ball in hand.
Yep, and that's a big swing. I'm not sure if that 3 passes under the 5. 3 can be a little bit tricky, but he just pointed to the spot right there. So he knows he's going to go. He's just going to drift down from that 2 on the side.
I'm often in the position where I'm the better player, just as a fact, which I've only mentioned because I always think of Biff from Back to the Future, where he's so overconfident that he runs into the pile of poop that goes into the car. Or, you know what I mean? That
was he overconfident though, or was he an arrogant shit?
Yes, he was an arrogant shit, but
we can say that, right?
That's what I'm trying to not be when I'm going to the pool player and I'm on the pool table and I know I'm the better player. I'm like, yeah, but don't count on being the better player. You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, that to me it's either false confidence or arrogance.
Yeah.
Whereas a healthy amount of confidence.
Yeah, no, there's
also
definitely different things.
Me trying to get comfortable with my confidence because I don't like the way confidence looks a lot of the time because I think it's a coping mechanism. Or
right.
Are we back into the philosophy conversation?
I think maybe. For me, the more confident I am, the more likely I am to turn into Biff.
Hold up.
Oh man!
Oh my God! I thought he hit it perfect.
Wow, he almost did it a perfect. One more half revolution. That was officially perfect, dude.
Yeah, or one less revolution. It's hard.
Wow.
That is a really unlucky roll. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a minute and be really upset that just happened. Not really, but take a deep breath and try and just deal with it. I'm probably going to go pretty firm into the 3 ball. You could also go slow roll, kick slow roll into the 3-ball. I'm probably going to go hard at it.
Are you counting right now?
Oh, yeah.
Turnover
yeah.
number's 30.
Yeah, around there.
in
But
the
it could be
30s.
anything I want. Yeah.
Never hit the 40s.
Nah.
Are you still counting when you're in your pre-shot routine, or just when you're
Yes.
thinking?
The whole, from the time I get out of my chair until the time I get back in my chair, I'm counting. Sometimes I count my chair if I'm having negative self-thought.
Can you give me a pace?
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I think
7,
that stresses
8,
me
9,
out.
10, 11,
That
12,
makes that
13,
I'm worried.
14,
Look at this hit.
15.
Did you see that?
That was amazing.
Wow! Don't you dare!
Brutal. Oh, wow.
Man, oh man,
That's why I like counting, because the tempo changes.
freaking me out.
The tempo changes when I get down on the shot. It's 7, 8. I'm stroking as I count.
Uh-huh.
9, 10, 11. Pause. 12. The tempo
It's
can
too
change.
fast, Mike.
That's why I don't like That's why I don't like a song, because it dictates the tempo. That's why I prefer to count. Pleasure of small motions.
Did you know that the ABCs and Happy Birthday are the same song?
No,
I'll give you a minute to do it in your mind.
I don't have that kind of time.
Same song, different words.
No, you're wrong. Happy birthday to you. That's wrong, but we can still be friends.
Maybe it's a different song. It's one of those.
You're forcing me to prove
Oh no, it's
your...
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah?
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. A B C D E F G.
All right, I'll buy that. Yes.
There
you
you
win.
That's the one.
There you win. That one I won't disagree.
I got to get my facts straight.
Oh, my God.
Are you pushing through this?
It's also the same thing as
maybe
Twinkle
clipping
Twinkle Surf Topics. You're the one that knows what you're talking about.
Or are you drawing into the side and back?
Probably into the side and back.
Man, jacked up like that?
Oh, God. He can also kind of stun drift it and stay short side on it, but scratch becomes an issue.
Right.
And trying to avoid the scratch, sometimes it goes, you get too, and you end up married to the 5-ball. If you can picture that in your head, you get too much rail and it floats right into the 5-ball.
Yeah, I think he's drawn into the side and back out.
I think that's the safest.
Well, you want to make sure you get a shot on it. He's got himself a shot. It's deeper than he'd like to be, but he's got a clear path to go up and back to take the 6 in the
These
side.
guys, I'm realizing that I plan on colliding with balls a lot. Because here's another time where
You're just going to push right into
I'm going
the
to
9.
come into the underside of that 9-ball at low, medium speed so that I don't scratch, because I don't want to glance off the 9 and scratch. But then again, boy, you got to kind of fly at that 5-ball. So forget I said that.
I want to hit this 5 with a good stroke.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have to.
Oh, see what we know. You just got Summerfielded.
So sometimes in 9-ball, what you do is you shoot the 8 right before you shoot the 5. And that's what they're going to do now.
So funny.
At Worlds, they like to shoot the 8 before
At the
the
Whirlies.
5 at the Whirlies. Yeah. So anyway,
But now
sorry. I thought that was the 8. Thank you, John Grave. I appreciate that.
4.5 diamonds away. Big draw stroke here because you want to get not on top of this 5. And that's, it's hard to hope to hit it better than you do. Hope you're going to hit it better than that, but that's going to happen.
I've seen Dexter and Shaun both, and this was one for Shaun, come up on their shots a little bit, stand up on their shots a little bit. He didn't get the draw he wanted, in my opinion, because he stood up there at the end. And you're putting a big, giant draw stroke on it. I understand why your body moves, don't get me wrong. But
there was a good period of time where the person that taught me a lot about what I know about pool would hold his cue over me when I was shooting. Yeah. And if I moved, he wouldn't just let me hit it. He would hit me with the cue. So that helped.
Right.
It helped reinforce.
No, I know what you mean. Yep.
Are you banking this upper left or upper right, or playing safe?
Oh, I'm definitely playing safe, but I'm a wuss when it comes to this stuff.
Over to the right-hand side, and you're knocking the cue ball? Or are you...
Oh, I don't like anything. I'm banking the 5 behind the 7-ball.
Totally.
I'm trying to bring the
I like that
ball
one,
up.
too.
And
you got a big block
and
there.
Only because I don't think I'm probably not going to hook the guy, so this way I'm not leaving him a bank. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everything else, when I don't hook him, I probably leave him a shot. At least with that one, if I screw it up.
He's just going to want to be barely above this side pocket. Under hit it. Oh, man. Because he tried, yeah, he was just trying to hit too soft.
Yeah.
Or he just did hit too soft. Yeah, he wasn't trying to. All right, this is crucial opportunity for Dexter here, stepping down 1-3, only going to 6. I mean, you don't get a lot of opportunities to turn a set like this around.
Yeah.
$650 set.
It might sound silly to say, but I have, in pool matches before, drank a bottle of water and gotten smarter. Just because of being dehydrated and because I'm stressed and
I thought that was a euphemism.
no, for real. I wonder if both these guys could use a glass of water, maybe half a banana or something. You know, this is stressful
Shaun
mentally.
pounded him an in between.
Did he really?
Yep,
Okay,
that's
then,
good fast energy.
Yep. But yeah, I end up dehydrated at tournaments a lot. You know, especially these week-long tournaments. It's day 6. You realize you haven't had a glass of water in 6 days.
The whole thing you're trying to execute there is not hit it too hard, and he does it perfectly and just gets a little soft.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Do you think it goes?
Yes. I think he still has a cut.
It goes. Do you think this is an important shot?
I think this is the most important shot he's shot.
Do you think this is a race to 5 or a race to 4?
It's a race
or
to 5.
excuse me, a race to 5 or a race to 6?
6.
Because a lot of the loser sides have been one less game, and we don't have a score sheet.
Au contraire, sir.
We do have a score sheet.
We have a score sheet. This is a race to 6. True double.
Okay. If the loser side was only going to 5, a true double would still be race to 5. But they probably went 6-6.
Yep.
So I don't want to semantic argue with you.
See,
nice shot.
Get up there.
Come on, Dexter.
Oh, and you're true. Man, oh man. Well, he's definitely making himself earn it. Got on that 7 ball, though. I mean, that's tricky. I like that he didn't try to hold it because I'm going to try to whip around 2 rails, and I'm going to get ugly.
Yeah.
He made sure he pocketed that 6 ball.
What is he? He's 3 revolutions from perfect, 2 revolutions from no problem, 1 revolution from still cuttable. He's almost tree topped, and he's 90-degree cut, and he's tree topped. He's just 1 more revolution, he's golden. Yeah, I just can't. I mean, I'm just going to say the same thing again.
I want 2 more revolutions, but 1 will do.
1 would do. 2 would be great. 3 straight in.
Do you appreciate my work with the revolution? I'm trying.
I don't even notice.
Huh.
I say Brunswick, and I think it's Brunswick. But I say Brunswick.
The gold croon.
So I get corrected all the time by my father, and I just don't even hear him when he corrects me, and it drives him crazy.
That's awesome. So playing a secondary shot there, and he gets a hook.
So
are you counting on his behalf right now?
I had mentioned before that I don't want to say he's gotten lucky, but I've seen some things go his way a few times today.
Yeah,
we've seen a couple lucky hooks for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I take that shot, I'm thinking I'm going to shoot it at the speed that if I hit it short, I'm going to leave it in the center of the table.
Right.
But when I bank that shot, I'm not thinking, man, if I miss this, I want to miss it short. I'm thinking I want to make that ball.
Right.
And then you end up doing that. Right. And it's hard. You could say he's trying to play the 2-way shot there, but he wasn't thinking it was going to hit long. Yeah, I think you're right. He got very fortunate with that leave.
Yeah.
But I also think twice there you saw him barely on the wrong side of the ball when he hit a really good shot to get there. Almost a really good shot to get there. This has proved to be Shaun Murphy's bread and butter, though. Every time he stepped to the table with nothing to do, he's made something happen. And it looks like he can see the edge of the ball. He might be trying to thin this 7 and come back up table. Might be. I don't think he's got enough to bank it.
To me, it looks like he's dead hooked. I guess from his body language, you'd have to say he's not.
I'm trying to kick this ball up in the upper right-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, if he's dead hooked, I would have to at least look at the jump cue option.
From that distance landing on the ball, that's hard for me.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
Yeah.
Because that's, the back 3/4 of the jump, which means I'm still high in the air when I'm hitting that 7.
I got you. we could go put the 8-ball by the side pocket right in the jaws and then surround it with other balls, and I can jump and land on the 8-ball.
I want to do that.
It's cool. Now, there's a percentage of the time it comes off the table, and there's a percentage of times I miss the 8-ball.
Let's not do it by the side. Let's do it in the center of the table.
Yeah, I can land on an object ball when I need to.
How many different distances?
When I need to. Occasionally, I can land on the object ball. Yeah. How many what?
He can see the edge of the ball.
If he can see the edge of the ball, then it's a different story. Yeah, then he should not jump because that jump should be a last case scenario.
Oh, man. Heartbreaker. We've seen him bank the ball. He banks super strong. That's the second time we've seen a careless scratch. That's a heartbreaker.
Summer, I would say he banks that so good that on that one, he banked to make it instead of, you know what I mean? Because if that was a safety bank, he wouldn't have scratched, and they would have left that 7 in the middle of the bottom rail.
Yep.
Again, fortuitous for Dexter, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that was not a hard shot to hit necessarily, unless you were trying my crazy jump. Yeah.
All right. So Dexter pulling down that game, going to 2-3.
Wow.
And I believe it's Dexter's break. So that's a big swing right there. I mean, you're looking, and again, a fortunate opportunity. That's all because that one ball got hooked.
Yeah.
So huge game. It's not 4-1. It's 2-3.
Right.
And at this point, I mean, it's kind of a dead even match with him breaking.
Yeah.
I don't think the Fargo odds are going to be heavy either side. I don't think Dexter's going to spot Shaun 4-3 if they're playing for $650.
No.
But
no.
That's the position we're in. These are the times we live in.
Well, what is he only? 69, 79, 89? He's 20 points ahead?
Yeah. 20 points is 20 points, though. I know I've dropped 20 points in the last little while. And, and that it's made a difference.
I'm down 7 points, and it makes me very angry.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep saying that's great. Drop it. I mean, yeah, that just I will catch that edge.
Yeah.
And get fortunate, but truth is, I would much rather my successes be reflective in my score, but I haven't been succeeding very often. So that might be our first dry break. Maybe there's one more, but yeah, that's huge. Pulling it up, pull up the match.
Oh, I didn't. Do you want to see?
Oh no, I thought you were pulling up the Fargo.
It'll confuse me. It'll take too long. I'll have to stare at it, and I won't talk and commentate anymore. I'll be poking at my phone.
I can't say enough about how big this shot on the one ball is. It's 3-2. This is your opportunity to break his serve and go back to being up 4-2 and you breaking.
Right.
And getting good on this 2-ball. I don't know. It's hard to hit this ball soft enough without coming over and back. Comes over and back, hits it really, really good.
Shaun is having a really good showing.
Totally.
He is, because I think right now he's going to be able to leave himself a cut on that 3-ball for the 3-4 combo.
Are you coming to the foot rail and back up?
I'd rather not, because I'm afraid of hooking myself on the 5 if I come back and up. So I'd rather not.
I think he'd rather not too. He looks like he's just going to leg this ball up.
A little soft.
I don't like to be taking that shot.
He got the rail though, so at least he got the rail.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Those are the shots that you look back on, and that's why I want to get comfortable with that. The part I don't like is usually it's coming down to that rail and coming back up. It's going into the bad side or the good side.
Right.
But it's not. It's going to the bad side there. And at this point, I think Dexter's out.
Is he drawn back to the 6-ball, you think?
Someday I want to believe I'm going to learn to not say things like that. I want to believe that at some point I'm going to recognize, I'm going to feel stupid enough times that it hasn't happened yet, though. So, I mean.
Do you know Patrice O'Neill, comedian?
I don't know that I do.
Okay. A really funny guy, but he does make fun of people a lot. And what he likes to do at times like that is point at people and say, You believe in magic. You think you said something and it made something happen. You believe in magic. You're like a little kid.
When
You
I'm making
believe in
fun of
magic.
myself playing pool, I
Yeah.
call myself a believer.
A believer.
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, you know
Yeah.
what? You're a believer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
'cause
I
you
know I
believe
can
you-
make this happen.
Right.
You
Right.
believe.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I think the tempting thing is to try and hit that 3 under the 5, but you're going to clip it and open up a shot.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's steep enough on that 3 to get the hook that he wants to get.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 3-5 combo.
What do you
There's
think
always
about
that.
playing the 3 into the 5 and coming back across the table and using the 9 as your blocker ball?
I think I would shoot the 3-5 combo, to be honest with you. If this isn't a hook, if he gets the hook, no, then never mind. That was the right shot. I thought the 3-5 was kind of dead. Deader than
I can miss
off
it.
the rail. Well, no, yeah.
It's
Deader
dead
than an off
because
the
you're
rail
saying
shot.
if I cut this at the pocket, it's going to go in.
Exactly. And they were pretty close together, too. Combos are easy when the balls are close together, and they were really
Is
sitting
he going to go
close.
2 rails? He was trying to go 2
Oh,
rails,
he
thin it
was.
underneath the 5,
Yes.
which is the right shot.
It was.
Just hit it a little soft, so the English caught a little more than he thought it would, I would imagine.
So
Are you burying him?
I would not suggest trying to 3-rail a guy like Dexter, but I am definitely putting him on 2 right here.
3 foul?
Yeah.
3 rail him?
I don't know how I'd go about it, but I know I would put the 3 where he's planning on putting the 3 and send the cue ball away, and hope that one of those balls, the 8 or the 9 or something, is in his path when I'm done first, so he can't go 1 rail into it. And I would not do that if I felt like he could do a shot with his 3 ball. If he had a shot, I would say, oh, you don't try and 3 foul this guy, geez. But
yeah,
he doesn't really have anything. He's got to carry him into the 8. That is definitely the preferred way to do it. But
okay, so what he's looking at here is he's just going to 3 rail the 3 ball out of there and hook it
out of
behind
town.
the 5.
Yeah. 3 rail, 3 ball out of town.
Only thing that can go wrong is a collision with one of these balls or overhitting the cue ball.
Yes, because after he hits the 3 ball, he kind of wants to draw it back a quarter revolution, so it tucks in there on the 5. Sometimes he'll draw it back way too much, and it'll bang that 5 out of there, and now all of a sudden you don't have a hook ball anymore.
Yeah, I watched one of these guys, a pro that I don't even know about in the 10-ball open, and I watched him line this up, and he lined this ball up just so, he was looking at the very edge of the ball,
Okay,
and
yes.
he got it lined up so he could just wisp hit that ball. And I think, I always say I'm bad at thinning balls, but I think if I took the time to set it up like that, I might be a lot better at it.
Right.
And he executed a great save. Yeah, the trouble with this is that the area between the 6 ball and the upper right-hand corner pocket is a small window.
Yeah.
So, are you hoping to hit underneath the side pocket, or are you hoping to run into the 6?
Yeah.
Maybe you run right into the 6, and that's going to drift you up. You don't want to make the 6. Wow.
All right, now if he misses the hit, I'll be able to do that same shot again. But I can tell you, Dexter's not missing this hit.
No.
This is an easy hit for Dexter.
So he does have a window there. I don't think that gets him much, though. I'm going to be surprised if he doesn't kick the other way.
Yep. Oh, me too. I don't think he'll kick that way, but it does. He's definitely looking at it.
That's good he's looking at it. I'm getting a ref to watch it if he's doing that.
Right.
5 ball does look a little bit wired up there. Might be wired into the head rail. Hard to say. Let's see what Dexter wants to do.
I think with the way they're laid together, that if he hits that 3 ball, that 5's going to get thrown to way long on that pocket. I don't think it'll go.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Oh, interesting speed. Good shot.
So do you think he knows if he hits that 3, he knows it's going right back into the rail as long as he hits it soft enough?
Right. Yep, exactly.
Terrific shot.
Yep.
Definitely leave some return safes. Thinning that 3 and going past the 5. Yeah, it's pretty touchy.
Yeah, it's pretty touchy. He may want to go off the 3 and head the cue off for the 7 ball.
3 behind the 5 and get back over there.
Well, not even 3 by 5. Maybe the 3 just moves a quarter of an inch when you thin it. But if you get if the cue ball was where the 7 was and the 3 there, I don't think he's going to like it.
Roger. He likes to bank. It's pretty close proximity, but
He does like to bank.
are you under any circumstance drawing off this 3 ball and making the 8? Sorry, the
Yes.
4?
Yes, but I don't think
Not
that
in this situation.
Yeah, well, I think the cue ball has to be an inch to the right of where it sits now for that to really work that great. But it's worth thinking about.
Beautiful
That was
shot.
a great shot.
Well executed.
Yes.
This kind of shooting, I think, reveals so much about a player's skill, because you know that even though you just put Dexter in a position where he's got to kick, several times now he's been in that position and he's come with a shot where that's the only thing he could do.
Yeah.
Try and play return safe. Right now, Dexter's a little behind the curve because he hasn't had as good of an attack on the ball as Shaun has. So looking at kicking long, and he's probably thinking about that 5 ball. He's probably thinking if he can hit the 3 and get behind the 5. I don't know.
Yeah, send the 3 up table. No, I agree.
And Dexter taking his time looking at this. I mean, this is a big shot. Winner of this rack has, I don't know. I mean, if you're Shaun going to 4-2, that's a good position to be in. Dexter trying to get back to 3-3 here. And I think it's tough to say. Shaun's got a lot of momentum going.
Yeah, he really does. What did he make? 5 games in a row earlier? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
From down 4-2 to up 1-0 in the second set.
Right. And if nothing else, that's a chance to kind of loosen up and get in stroke, and
I don't like this shot. I just know what happens when I shoot it.
Right.
But if he's shooting that with a little inside,
I don't think Dexter likes it either.
Oh yeah, he'd probably choose a different position, given ball in hand. Just a little bit of outside.
Oh man,
how is that point so big from there?
I know, seriously,
it's crazy.
Yes.
He's not on 2. He's just on 1. Three, 4, 5.
Yep, definitely.
Man, I am getting a real study on purple today.
Yeah.
Chris Robbins out there smelling what I'm stepping in. Thank you for catching the joke. Yep. A little slow on the draw on the commentary. My bad. Boy, oh boy.
Nice.
It is nice. That's the kind of shot, though, that, I mean, carelessly leaving yourself treetop to.
Right, yes, yep.
All of a sudden, you just made what should be the easiest shot you've shot all day.
Right.
This isn't fun.
Right.
Shooting over that ball.
Yep, no, I agree.
I'm a tall guy, and I hate this.
Right.
I'm so good at getting off to one side.
Right.
He's a tall guy also. Let's see how Shaun can handle it. Is he trying to pop out and avoid the 9 to take the 5 on the side? Where is he?
No, I think he's going to leave himself at 5. Oh, wow. Well, maybe. Oh, he wanted to be treetop for a 9 in the side pocket. No, I'm just kidding.
He shoots it well, obviously.
Yeah. He's definitely going to make this one, though. I got confidence in him.
And again, rolling forward here, but this is one where you want to make sure you're on the top side of that 6 ball.
Right. Yeah, definitely if possible. If not, you better have enough queuing room to get around table.
Yeah. Yeah, and even then, I mean, that's not a fun, You don't want to be doing that.
No.
It's not the shot you want for the
No.
money. So yeah, expect him to go to that side pocket and then, side rail and then back out. Deidre? Is that what you said?
Oh, yeah. But I don't think that's right, buddy. Nice shot, but yeah, see. Yeah, here's the problem, though, right? Dead straight.
Drawing that ball, you're drawn right back into the side
Yeah,
pocket.
I believe so.
Coming around 3 rails, that 8 ball's in your path.
Yeah.
You're coming to the short side of things.
Right.
Yeesh. Maybe he's got more of an angle or it's straighter than we think. He looks like he's just drawing this ball back.
Nice. Good shot.
He was straighter than we thought. So 7 ball, and then you're sticking to the right side of that 9 ball to take the 8 in the side pocket.
Yeah, I definitely am. Yeah.
Again, you want to make sure you're past the 8 ball on the top side of that. It's going to make all this more.
All the difference in the world, yeah.
Because can you go around 3 rails unobstructed? Totally. Do you want to? Not at all.
No.
Come on, sugar. Get up there.
That'll
Just
work.
about there.
That
will work.
No, that's nice. If she come around 3 rails and just set that cue ball mid-table or a little farther to the left of mid-table.
Yep. I think that's your best speed control from there.
Yep.
So you're shooting high right with this.
Yes, definitely.
Are you thinking at all about this right-hand side pocket?
No.
You're not worried about it at all?
No, because I'm using...
Because you're not coming in quite
I'm
as
using
thin.
just a hair of right on this.
I guess I don't shoot in hairs. I think that like my right English is like, bam, 4 tips out.
Have you experimented with different shafts?
I own a Revo.
Okay.
So I was going to transition to the Revo. I went and played that One Pocket Invitational.
Yeah.
I had played very little, and I
Great
was like,
shot. Yeah.
Terrific shot. I was like, man, why am I doing this? I know my comfort zone. Why am I going to play this thing that I'm already completely outmatched at then? So played with it then. Was going to Derby, and I was like, am I really going to transition before Derby? Am I crazy? No. Then I find out I'm coming to Vegas, and I had already gone back to the Revo, and was like, put my other shafts away. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it before that.
Nice shot, Shaun.
Get out of there. Nice out, Shaun. All right, Shaun in that game 6, taking a 4-2 lead.
Wow.
So yeah, it's sitting there waiting for me. I don't know. I'm a funny player. I don't know. I've shot with a 62-inch cue since I bought a cue.
Okay.
First cue I bought, 62-inch, same cue that I'm playing with now.
Okay.
Only now I'm playing with a Timeless Timber low deflection shaft instead of just normal maple shaft. It's my comfort zone. It's my baby. So when I throw a 29-inch shaft on my 31-inch butt, I am 2 inches short, and it makes a difference.
Right.
So then my stupid brain says, okay, I've had a problem with cases, so I'm going to get a normal case, and I'm going to shoot with a 29-29, and I'll just have a 4-inch extension made. Had a 4-inch extension made. Revo shaft is a light shaft.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I'm super butt heavy.
Oh.
I play with a really light cue.
Right.
So just I haven't found the right combination of things yet, and I haven't been a big kid and just bought a cue.
Right.
So we'll see. Luckily, I have a very patient cue maker that works with me a whole bunch.
No, that's good.
And that eventually is what I'm going to do, is just have Sheldon make me the right combination of cue to work with my carbon fiber.
I get it.
I like playing around with the carbon fiber. I have the BK Rush, and I've thought about selling it several times, mostly because I feel like I don't deserve it. I haven't put the work in. If I had sat there and broken long enough and hard enough to be like, you know what? I've tried everything that I know, and I think that that's going to make the difference.
Right.
Then I'd need it, but I haven't done that. And now I just am a guy that doesn't know how to brake very well and has a really nice brake cue.
Okay. Right. No, I know what you mean.
Speaking of brakes, that's a nice one.
Oh, it was. I am frustrated at the price of brake cues. That's crazy. It's a lot to spend.
You're going to be really frustrated when Predator comes out with a $700 carbon fiber jump cue.
Probably I am, yes. My wife will be more frustrated.
If you think that leather case is going to be cheap, buddy.
Right.
I don't think think so.
Hey, those are my requests.
You can paint a little panther on there.
I know.
Get a little patch.
I know, right?
Yeah.
On what part?
I'm just saying, you make your own leather.
Oh, I have a leather case from
Yeah.
Predator.
It's just not real leather.
No, it's real leather.
Oh, okay.
It's a Predator. 12 years ago, when you bought a Predator case,
Mhm.
you bought it directly from the company, and you could check a box and send them an extra $100, and they would make it out of leather for you. I did that.
You check the box.
My wife checked the box. She checked the box, and I said, "That's another $100."
What's your wife's name?
Phyllis.
Phyllis.
No, I'm just kidding. Angie.
I did know that. You had me with Phyllis.
Right?
I know
Yes,
Phyllis.
right.
She's a heck of a pool player, Phyllis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's a good woman. She
We've
insists I
talked
get
a little bit
case, so
about
there you go.
rolls.
Yes.
I think that's a really fortunate roll.
Yes.
I don't think that he was pushing that wide of the corner pocket.
Right. Just ended out there.
So I think they're going both ways. I think that's it was a great shot. Definitely a good kick. I thought
Right.
he was going to pocket the ball, but a fortunate outcome. Angie. Yep. Well, I hope I get to meet Angie at some point.
Someday, yeah.
Someday.
She's the one who lets me come to these tournaments.
I'll make it to the compound because
Yes, right?
Here
Yes.
she's not. Doesn't attend the tournaments.
No, she does not.
Neither does my partner, Shelly Devine. She's pretty wonderful, and she also lets me come to the tournaments.
Right? No, it's a good thing.
I try to make it sound like that's not the case, but
Here you are.
yep.
Yeah.
Another good shot. This doesn't look like he's got a cut in that corner pocket. I think. Are you just stopping behind that 3 and trying to push the 1-ball-3 rails?
I like that shot. Yeah, I like that shot. I'm concerned it might
You
hit
gotta
the
get
6
through the
ball
5-6.
coming around. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I like here. You can't really cross bank safe because of the 5-6.
He's looking at it too. He thinks it's going to hit the 6.
Yeah.
But he thinks it's going to drift up there by the cue ball. That's what's crazy is you get that edge of the ball, and it almost doesn't matter anymore what happens with that object ball.
Mm-hmm.
It does
Mhm.
because you can still get it in a bad position.
Right.
You can eliminate so much of the table with that edge of the ball.
Right.
And I can tell you from experience, there's nothing more infuriating than somebody using the edge of the ball against you effectively.
Right.
In one pocket, that's just the
Yeah.
most painful thing in the world.
Yeah.
Because it's right there. You know you can't hit it.
Right.
You know the line doesn't go there, but it's right there.
It's right there. Yeah.
Rotation's your favorite game?
No. I think my best game is big table 9-ball. My favorite games would be I guess bar table Saratoga is my favorite game right now.
Bar table Saratoga.
But man, I like bar table 8-ball too, and I love one pocket. I'd say those 3 are equal for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bar table 1 pocket, huh?
No, not bar table 1 pocket. No, just
I'm joking.
That doesn't work. Now, there's a game they play with 1 ball, where they play 1 pocket.
Yeah, 1 ball, 1 pocket.
What's your favorite game, Summerfield?
It's got to be 1 pocket.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is interesting because I don't know, I guess I'm a believer that I'm new to this school of thought.
Yeah.
But I watch a lot of the players out there kind of like, oh, that's cute. You want to play 1 pocket. Like you don't really have the stroke to play 9-ball. Probably don't have the strategy or ball placement to play 8-ball.
Yeah.
And it's kind of this working up to playing this game. But what I enjoy is the strategic aspect of 1 pocket, and it's made me see these games in a different way.
Yes.
So I think it's been a good learning tool.
Yeah.
But I can also say for a fact that if I play only 1 pocket and then jump up and try and play 9-ball,
yes,
I don't play as strong.
That's why I gave up 1 pocket for the most part. Yes.
I am really good at saying, man, that shot was close. And then I'm like, oh, that's not a good shot at all.
Right, yeah, seriously.
Man, that's close doesn't work well. Yeah. He just hooked himself. Oh. Not sure if he thought that was just going to come off with a lot more speed or what.
Right.
I think he was trying to get over here.
Yeah, well, Chris Robbins, I know what you mean. John, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's hilarious. So when I've been watching Derby in the past, and I've heard, because Bad Boys used to do a lot of their own commentary,
Right.
and now Bonnie, I know, and Bonnie was one of the people that I was just like, if you don't get her off the mic, I've got to mute it, because the most consistent thing Bonnie would say is, I can't watch one. It's just so boring. It's just, look at that shot. That's how you get back in the set.
Wow.
That is one shot, and this could be the turning point right here.
No, I agree.
Because he now, all of a sudden, he just hooked himself, but that momentum comes back to him.
Right.
Good for you, Dexter. Nice shot. So I find myself in a funny position, and I would totally tell Bonnie the same thing, of just being able to be there and needing to make sure that I myself don't fall into like the commentator lull, because I have the opportunity to put my money where my mouth is.
Right.
So I feel very fortunate. So to Chris Robbins out there, I am not lulled to sleep by one pocket.
Yeah.
You got some things happening in the room around us, and it's an interesting spot to be in.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
We have an announcement about to go out over the mic. Well, I'm going to stick on Dexter here. Dexter on this 5 ball. He's looking to make this 3-4. I don't think he's really excited about where he's at on this 5. He's probably going to draw straight out of there. Take that 6 in the same corner pocket. I don't think he wants to roll that 6 ball at the 7. You don't want to force this ball and try and get out. Yeah, just draw straight back. Even if you nudge it. Okay. Now you still take it at the 7. You can back cut it, but you're flying around the table. I mean, you do have a pretty natural line, but I think I'm hitting the 6 at the 7. If Mike D were with me, he'd probably tell me why I'm wrong.
I would slow roll. I'd slow roll the 6 into the 7 ball.
Yes.
These guys, especially, he's good enough. He's not going to slam it. He's going to really, the speed where it's going to stay right there.
He did hit at the speed that it can go
the
as well.
The only thing that could have gone wrong is he could have pocketed the 6 there too, and not had a shot at the 9. Although Dexter might tell you that he considers this a shot at the 9, and he's right.
For sure. So, good amount of 6 ball, inside English.
Inside English, backup table for the 9.
That is perfect.
Dexter,
speed.
no, and you're right to have that go to 3-4 now.
Yep. Oh, because he drilled that kick. Nice. All right. Well, we got a set here. 3-4.
3-4.
Race to 2. Race to 3.
I should have asked this earlier. Are you allergic to peanuts?
Yes. Highly.
Okay, well, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
About that.
We're gonna need a broom.
Somebody's not gonna make it. You're not telling me there's peanuts here.
Bad Boys provides us with food, snacks, and I brought out a few packs of peanuts.
You just dumped them.
My daughter is in school, and they can't take peanut butter sandwiches to school anymore, and which is that makes perfect sense.
Almond butter?
Yeah. But
You're just disgusted.
I am almost 50 years old. It doesn't even think, to her, if I give her something for school, food wise, she'll look at it and go, "Dad, that has peanuts. I can't take it." They're taking a break.
Who's taking a break? Bet you it's Dexter. I'm going to go find out. Hey, yo, here we are. We're back. And this is Dexter to break down 3-4. Huge opportunity to make it even. John, to answer your question, no, they do not allow smoking in the casino around the tables. We're in a no smoking room, but just outside the room, smoking is allowed. Something I personally appreciate. Wow. Well, everything was looking dynamite until that 7 ball just rolled on the 8, which is still a terrific break, pocketing both the 1 and 2 ball and another ball in the 5. Looking really good here, but unfortunately, you got to do something with that 7-8. A lot of safety opportunities, but it's pretty tough being right by that side pocket. You don't really want to go into those balls because, I mean, that side pocket's just huge from there. He's going to think about this one a lot. I think you might see him play safe before that to try and hope to get a ball in hand. I sure don't see it. It's a good thing Dexter sees more than I do. He is a really solid player. Again, a 688, you don't get there not being a pretty creative thinker. Looks like he's thinking about drawing back and taking that 4 on the side. I think I'd probably try to just nudge this. Yep, play the 4 down there. Yeah, I mean, you can put yourself in a position to fly into that 7 ball, but if you are, even if you make contact with half the 7, you're going to scratch. Maybe he's going to try and leave himself on that right side rail so that he's able to thin off the 7 ball. I kind of like that. So leave yourself a little short on the 6 so you can play inside to get, I mean, pretty in line with the 7-8, and then try and thin off the 7 ball. It's like, is that about it? Perfect. Yeah. Platinum Finals here. Bob Robbins stopping by. Chris is listening.
Did we get Theron?
What's that?
Did we get Theron's point?
I don't know that he's had his final yet. We should find out for sure. Yeah, I hope we do, because he's got the point, right?
Yeah.
This is enough, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
Oh, and yeah, absolutely. I think what he's thinking is he's going to play that 6 off the 7.
Off the 7, that's what I was wondering.
I've
I've been here the whole time, but I wanted to be quiet.
Yeah, thank you. We all appreciate it. It's just a
respectful.
break, you know. We were talking the last rack, and I almost said, "Am I talking too much?" I think I'm, because sometimes I just get on a roll and
You got stuff to say.
Yeah. Passionate people. I think that's a really creative solution. You don't nudge those balls with the cue ball. You nudge those balls with Whitey.
You're saying hit this with speed into the 7? Is that what you're getting at?
Well, I think you want to do that just because you want to get your cue ball.
I 100%
into a
agree.
better
No, I
position.
100% agree. If you barely nudge it, what's going to happen is that 8's going to move and the 7's going to stay right on the point where you hate it. Yeah, no, you got to hit this with speed. But like you're saying, get that cue ball off the rail. Now he's using draw, but I bet he draws it into the rail and out again, so it gets up table a little bit. Great shot.
Great execution.
My friend Summerfield suggested that shot.
Well, I had 9 different philosophies before that, and they were all just blatantly wrong.
Chris, I think we answered, but yes, that was your husband.
It was indeed. Looking good. Bob's been holding down the Bad Boys booth over there. He's been running around running mini tournaments. One of the many hard workers here for this tournament, the Bad Boys.
A lot going on. A lot of moving parts to this whole process. Is he going to draw this right into the side pocket? No. But he's better not. He better be careful with it. It wants to go. Yeah, look at him. I mean,
Is he? No.
I believe that's why he stood up right there, because he's thinking what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Am I about to draw this right in the side pocket? That'd be bad.
So are you playing with this with a little outside so that you can hit the 7 more full? Because with speed,
it's hard to explain. He just needs the stun to stop at the right time. it didn't stop at the right time right there. He needed it.
He wanted to draw past the cycle.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
He needed that draw to kick in almost 2 revolutions before it did right there. That went really far before he got any kind of draw to kick in.
What's funny though is I felt like he hit the stun draw, whereas I felt he doesn't want that swoop. He doesn't want the arc coming off the ball.
Right.
But that's why I want to hit a little outside with that, is that I know that I can hit more of that ball
Right.
and still get past the side.
Right. Also something to be said for timeless timber.
Yep.
Say the Taiwanese. Timeless timber, say the Taiwanese.
I get a larger swoop with a wood shaft than I do with a carbon
Of
fiber.
course you do. Of course you
And
do.
that can be advantageous, but it can also work against you.
That large swoop is called deflection. No, I guess not. It's not really called deflection.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
You could. I mean, before the object ball, you could call it deflection.
I think it's one of the aspects of deflection,
Mm-hmm.
one of the components of deflection, one of the results of deflection. But I don't think I think deflection is just another way of saying squirt.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Squirt is definitely not that frisbee move that you're talking about.
He just
swoops in.
Firing this.
Yep. Coming back
That's-
around,
get
underneath,
around.
back up top.
What a shot. Man,
Wow.
oh man.
Oh, he's got to feel good about that to get
That's
to 4-4
huge.
and he gets perfect shape like that, 4 inches from the ball. See, that's that counting right there, buddy. I'm not saying he's counting, but even on an easy shot, he had to get back up and get down because he realized he was not focusing. He realized he was
Stood back
thinking,
up.
where'd we put that damn magic rack? I better go find it.
Yeah.
And he thought, why am I thinking about the magic rack? Hold it,
One
wait
ball.
a minute.
That-
Counting
that's
gets
what
rid
made
of that.
That's what made the difference in my game yesterday when I was hitting the ball good and I felt like I was in a good zone.
Uh-huh.
Is for the first time in a long time, I was playing one ball at a time.
Okay.
It wasn't that I wasn't seeing the table. It wasn't that I wasn't devising a plan.
I know what you mean,
It
though.
was that I was
You're
addressing a
focused.
single shot
Yeah.
and I was shooting it, and not allowing myself to, hey, blue car, get distracted by the
Right.
other things,
Yes.
or any of those negative thoughts or
Yeah.
positive thoughts, or getting caught up in that. I feel like in some way you are always fighting your own ego. You know,
Of course.
when
yeah.
you're like, oh, I got this, or oh man, this guy, I got this guy right where I want.
I
him.
have missed innumerable shots while thinking, I am playing really good today. I don't think I could miss if I tried. I mean, seriously, I
Yep.
feel really. Oh, Jesus.
I just missed that ball.
Yes.
And that's
You
when I say,
realize-
oh no.
You weren't thinking about where to contact the cue ball and where the cue ball was contacting the object ball. The most basic of what you were trying to do was the farthest thing from your mind.
I had several sets yesterday where I didn't have to say, oh no. And that felt great.
That felt really good.
Felt really
to say.
good.
Oh gosh, that's when you could. That's like when some vehicles you can see the gas gauge move as you're driving.
Mhm.
That's seeing your Fargo change right as you're playing. Like I'm literally getting better as this tournament progresses.
You know, I don't think my Fargo's going to change much.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That was
Yeah,
that was just
absolutely,
as an
yeah.
example of that you can feel the seasoning. You can feel yourself getting better. I know exactly what you mean.
I played some of the strongest 550s I've ever played at this tournament.
You don't know who is who, John? Okay, sorry, bro. Dexter. He's wearing the whitish gray shirt, black hair, and
Shaun is at the table now.
and Shaun is at the table now wearing the hat, gray-haired feller, blue glove. Dexter is from Vancouver, British Columbia.
Yes, he is.
Shaun is from
Ramona, California.
He's from Ramona, California.
Yep.
Nice. At On Cue Birds in La Mesa,
Yeah.
owned by Clyde.
And a good break here. Pockets a ball. Gets on the one ball. And unfortunately, just got on the one ball.
No problem, John. Thanks for saying something. Stuff like that happens. Please say something because we're just doing our thing here.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have questions, if you have comments, shout them out there. I can't say we'll get to them right away, but we will try.
And if we are
That's what
annoying
the
or do
chat
something
room's
that's
for.
annoying, tell us because that's my main thing.
Just joking.
I'd hate it when people have to mute the stream.
Oh, the commentary for sure.
I don't want to be that guy.
I aspire to be a not mutable guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't have to love what I'm saying, but if I'm driving you crazy so much, you got to turn it off. I'd like you to say something.
One of the comments that I've gotten from someone who also streams was saying, you got to stop predicting so much. You got to say, I think this is what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's a lot of what I do.
Yes.
And I guess I don't see, I understand that that's not as much what he wants, but I think that a lot of people like talking through those things, but
Yes.
it can also get to be too much.
Right.
Are you trying to hit the one fat enough to get up by the 8 ball and the cue
He's
ball
hitting
behind
it
the
really
7?
fat. I would be hitting it thinner and bringing that cue ball all the way around table because he has the path for going all the way around table.
Yeah, and he's just trying to.
But he knew that he had a for sure hook doing that.
Mhm.
So that's hard to argue with. He did. He had a for sure hook. He definitely got it. And
Yeah.
my idea left the one really close to the pocket, which
Yeah.
means that if the guy kicks into it, maybe he makes it.
Dexter
And now
kicked
it's
out of the last
5-4.
rack.
Right now
Yeah.
it's 5-4. So yeah.
Looking at the one rail, Dexter has shot a lot of multi-rail kicks here. Just very comfortable with that.
Yeah. Now I wonder if that's because he has a system or if he just hits balls.
One of the things that's helped my kicking was
Yeah.
playing kicks.
Yeah.
A game created by a friend of mine, Joel Peck,
Okay.
but also playing banks. Because I start seeing those lines and that path a little bit more.
Right.
I got a hit that I never would have gotten. I was hooked, and I had to 3-rail kick like you're going to play the 3-railer on the side. And my ball was on the side rail here, about a diamond and a half down. It was about a ball out, so it's a big ball.
Right.
And I was like, I know I can hit that wide. I hit that bank wide all the time. So, and I had 2 balls in the way down there.
Right.
But the line was there and drilled it. And the guy was like, it was an awesome hit. And it's all thanks to my crappy bank pool playing that I was able to see that.
It was, yeah.
Is he jump banking this?
He hit the 7 coming through.
Yep. Oh, and gets a, well, doesn't get
ball
it.
hand, yeah.
Oh, he hit the 7.
He hit the 7 coming through, yeah.
How did I miss that?
I do. Oh, 6 was it? Yeah, I do that sometimes when my opponent doesn't notice that it happened. I'm like, no, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching the other ball. I was watching the ball that I moved.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the final on the double dip, Brad. Good point.
The attempted double dip. Do you play the 1 off the 7, or do you just thin off the 1 and make the 5?
I might try and 3-foul him. There's enough clusters there. I don't know. If I can make the 1, I'm making it. But if I can't, now's a fine time to hook him up.
Yeah. Man. 3-foul. He just kicks so strong. But you're right.
Well,
ton of clusters out
He's got
there.
ball in hand, right?
Yeah.
So I put the cue ball next to the side pocket, in between the 1 and the side pocket, and I punched the cue ball out of there. See now, now there's no way to make contact. Now the problem is going to be to get the 3rd foul, and that is where it would be really convenient if he could leave himself a combo on the 9 ball. He's got to get a rail, and he can't screw this up.
You're trying to set up a combo on the 9 ball here.
I am. See where the 1 is now?
Wow.
I'd kick it 3 rails so it came
He's
to the
trying
left
to make
of the 9
He's
ball.
not playing safe at all.
Well, if he can make it, then that's a good shot because it's a run-outable rack. That's for sure.
It's a big miss. Not something we've seen much of from Shaun.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Shaun. That was a big one.
But, I mean, like you're saying, that's what you want to do. You want to be in the driver's seat. It doesn't matter how good of a
I go right
safe.
back to that. If that 1 was makeable, he did the right shot. Because this is a run-out rack right here. I mean, I just didn't know the 1 was makeable. I do notice Shaun was his body moved quite a bit on that shot. He ended up even walking away as the balls were moving. Yeah, it was, that makes things tough.
I periodically call that Chris Farleying.
Okay, I'll buy that. Yeah, animated just because he's so animated.
Yeah, body my way.
Yeah,
in
I know
there.
what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's probably because I feel like Chris Farley when I do that.
Yeah,
because of how funny I am.
I agree. Because how funny you are.
Yeah, it's the only reason.
You're very funny.
Perfect. So that's the 4 ball in the upper right-hand corner there. So not going to do much with your cue ball here. Just stop.
If it's me, I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible.
Totally.
Yeah. Stop shot. And then on that 4, I'm going to draw it back up table anywhere past the side pocket so I can make the 5.
Dexter's in a really good position here.
The 7 could go in the side or the corners, depending on how you
Depending
end
on
up
how you
laying
get
on
on
the
this-
4
yeah.
ball. Yeah, I'm just going to I'm trying not to miscue. I'm trying not to squeeze too hard with my right hand. Do anything that'll make something crazy happen.
And there's certain pressure shots that people hit like a 688 or like a 669, and that was one of them. I mean, that didn't look forced. That didn't look
Right.
scared.
He's not under the 9 ball. Yeah, he didn't so
No.
overhit it that it's under the 9 ball.
Looks like he is going to come around to play the 7 on the side. He's got a perfect angle to get back for the 8 ball.
Oh, he really does, doesn't he?
Yeah. So the counting effectively stops. You're not thinking anything else. You're just counting.
Right, right. And while you're counting,
Uh-huh.
you're definitely still thinking, okay, the 4 is tied up with the 5, so I want stripes, and I'm going to start with the 13 because it's my trouble ball. You can still have those thoughts while you're counting.
Thank you.
But it settles those. I'm just saying, you're capable of doing that.
I'm just feeling
But
my-
it settles those thoughts.
Yeah.
But the thoughts that it really gets rid of is that you're hungry and you're thinking about a bacon cheeseburger, but you should probably get a salad because you've had 3 cheeseburgers in a row at this tournament. And I wonder how long the break is. Do I get an hour-long break or 3 hours? If it's 3 hours, I could sleep in the car. If it's
That's
an
how I
hour,
hit it. Oh,
brutal.
yeah. I'm all about meditative intent. And one of the things I love the most about pool is that to me it is a meditation.
Yes, yes.
But in competition, I need to get myself to a place where I can get to when I'm not in competition. And I don't know that counting's going to be for me, but it's interesting to hear that that's how you do it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know Matt McInnes?
I do.
Good for you. Oh, no, sorry. Matt McInnes counts now, and he's been working with me about 3 years on counting, and you can talk to Matt about it. Matt is well aware of my counting.
All right.
Oh, Chris
Have you
Robbins,
seen
thank
Matt?
you. Yes, I did see Matt.
Yeah.
He's here doing the referee class.
Totally. Good for him.
Shout out to Matt McInnes.
Yes, indeed.
Chris Robbins says first place is $1,650. And
second is $1,000.
Is,
It's a $650 race to 2 right now.
Wowzers.
It's a big back cut.
Is he back cutting her? Yeah, yeah. Did you back cut or bank it?
You're back cut.
Oh, I cut. Yeah, I cut for the cash.
Oh, shoot.
And
Man,
here's
is
why.
that one of the
And that's
reasons why?
Yep.
Yep. Man. He jumped up a little bit on that. And that's not something, I mean, Dexter is a very stable player, I think. And this is a hard shot. I mean, yeah.
I think it was yesterday that you and I were talking, and I said seasoning is painful. Getting seasoning is painful. This is his first time at this tournament, first time in the finals here.
Yeah.
What just happened, very painful. That the getting too low on the 9 ball and then missing the back cut. But that is seasoning. That makes you better.
He looks like he's wanting to bank that ball.
Yeah.
He's got to cut
He's
that.
got to cut it.
But he's also got to cut it and not scratch. Hey,
He's got to hit the tangent line of going straight up and down the middle of that table after this 9 ball. He's got to use pretty much top center on the cue ball. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, cut it in for the win. I agree, John.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Why am I nervous? I should be counting.
Yes.
Commentator count.
Steve Linkelbach
3,
says when your opponent
4,
is shooting, try not to watch so intently because you're sharing his nerves
Mhm.
for no reason, and it's not even your turn. You're nervous enough when it's your shot.
I feel like that's something I do
And I do
effectively.
that. Yes. That's
I
another
don't-
time counting can come in handy. Like I say, when I'm having negative self-talk when I'm sitting.
Yeah.
But that would be another thing if I'm feeling nervous as I'm staring at my opponent shooting.
I try to make sure I don't have negative opponent talk either, self or opponent. Like, I don't want to miss that ball, miss that. I want to, if anything, I want to be like, wow, nice shot.
Yeah.
But not have my emotions contingent on their success or failure.
Right.
My job is to deal with
Right,
my success and failure.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Wow, Brad, I don't think I'm in a good position to say that, but I'll bet it's going to be a funny joke for you to make later.
Brad, have you heard of Facebook Messenger? Possibly reach out to him yourself, my friend.
Yeah, I think Dexter is an incredibly nice Canadian, and I don't think he wouldn't punch me if I said that to him. I also think he's in a great position to win this match.
Dexter. Wowzers.
All right.
Shaun did not like that cut. Shaun was looking at that cut.
I don't blame him.
Dexter isn't on Facebook. Oh, Brad.
Bummer.
Oh, Brad. This
Just
is
going to have to make it in
America.
person.
Yeah, he thought way too long. You might be right, John.
Yeah. Potentially counted to like 80 there. I guess I just don't understand that you don't have a number.
No, and when I say 30, it's only because it gets, I don't know, 78,
Dexter,
176, 178, 100, I like the 20. The 20s is my sweet spot.
Let me.
If I get to 30, it's because I forgot to start over again.
So you get, I mean,
I'll
when
get it- I
was the
can get
last
to
time you
40s
hit
and 50s.
37? Oh, you will get to 40s
Oh,
and 50s.
I can. I can get to if I'm running out a whole rack and it's going my way. I may just count, not worry about it.
49 sounds like
That's
it
what
would
I'm
affect
saying.
my
After a
rhythm.
while, it's exactly. You just, and then I just go 150.
The 60s are fun.
Here's
I don't
what's
know,
going to
I
happen.
hear you.
Here's what's going to happen. We're going to play some pool. And I've done this before for a million people. I will count out loud as I'm doing it in my head, and you will understand how. One of the key times it also helps is the tempo of your stroke and guiding the cue ball. When you're trying to guide your shot and control it, and you deaccelerate, it's impossible to deaccelerate when you're counting.
I don't think that's true.
It's not, but it's much more difficult to deaccelerate when you're counting because you're on a rhythm. Your tempo is the counting.
I hate your tempo. It's just so fast. It totally would stress me. It sounds like a horror
then
movie.
you make your tempo.
It sounds
then
like
you make your tempo.
It sounds like something's after me.
Okay, so you feel pressure from it.
Totally.
Then you should have a slower tempo than I'm
just
at.
talking about it.
Then you should have a slower tempo. And when you're thinking, the tempo slows. And when everything's easy and you're going fast, the tempo gets faster. The tempo is your tempo.
It just sounds like building pressure to me.
I get you. In a perfect world,
I'm
though,
speed
what's
up.
meant to happen
13,
is
14.
the tempo is the counting doesn't decide the tempo. You decide the tempo of the counting. But I do understand what you're saying that you're viewing this as. I guess also let me keep in mind this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swing on 5 every time. There'd be some pressure on
totally.
that. Okay, I would never recommend doing that.
I can choose whatever number I want.
You're gosh darn right.
I guess I have favorite numbers.
You may do a 10-stroke, you may do a 2-stroke. It's not meant to affect your game.
If I get into the 30s, I don't know. We're gonna have to work on it. I'm a slow learner.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are. It's 5-4.
Here we
Dexter's in
are.
the lead.
Not a truer statement has ever been said.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Sean Murphy
It
wins
does.
game 1. Dexter wins game 2. Shaun goes up 2-1.
Nice.
Goes up 3-1. So 1 point. Shaun's up 3-1. Dexter gets the next one to go 3-2. Shaun's up 4-2 at 1 point. Dexter wins the last 3 games.
Jeez, I'm glad you're writing that down actually, because that is interesting.
And you got to think. I mean, the amount of momentum at this point. The amount of, we can talk about seasoning, but skill level too. I mean, 20 points represents a difference in comfortability getting around the table.
I think it does.
And I think Dexter, I think you're going to see him take a lot of time on every single one of these shots.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't think Shaun's getting back to the table.
I think, like I said, I think this is where we see. I think the last game we saw a little bit of the difference, and I think this game we see a little bit of the difference. I think Shaun's out, or Dexter's out. It's not a huge difference, but it's enough of a difference where in 2 races to 6, there's a 2-game difference.
If the tables were turned and Shaun was shooting, I would say I think Shaun's out.
I would too. What Fargo says, though, I believe is it's crazy how often it's actually Dexter shooting right now.
Yeah.
And how how infrequently it's Shaun shooting right now,
Yeah.
and it's enough to where they've made a whole algorithm out of it and decided no, it's a whole thing. It's not coincidence.
One of the things I like about the way that he's been
Nice,
playing and
Dexter.
played that shot and has been playing is pushing through those balls. If you shoot that ball, Tim, but if you try to hold that ball, it's so easy to miss that. There are going to be little body motions because you're nervous. Your body is going to tense up.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, John, I agree with the overthinking. I also think with overthinking, you stiffen up a little bit, and I think that's a shot that you have to feel and almost kind of finesse. It's so thin.
Oh my gosh. All right. You're 4 balls away.
Dude.
What are you doing right now?
Oh, counting furiously. Counting furiously.
So you deal with the stress by counting.
I'll count loud. I'll count loud in my head. You know how you can talk loud in your head?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if I'm right now thinking, I'm 4 balls away from, I'll be like going 19, 20, 21, louder, yes, to drown out, to try and literally drown out those thoughts, cut it out. Where do you want to be? That's what you need to think about. What are you going below the 7 or above the 7? What's the plan? And then execute it. That's all that you want to think about right now. Stop thinking about whether you're going to be able to call your dad or whether he's at the golf course and doesn't have a cell phone.
I'm about to win this thing. Where am I going to put that magic rack? Should I put it there? Should I put it on the table?
Right.
24.
Right.
25.
I know a guy that framed it. That's pretty cool. Framing it's neat. I can go to the to Michael's the shop and get one of those
I should keep that magic
those
rack.
shadow boxes, and I can make a whole thing, and it'll be great.
Okay, so I mean, I get that, and I like the technique. Yeah, again, I'm not.
Nice shot, Dexter.
And do you think you wanted to be there for the back cut to slide out?
Yeah, I think want to be there's relative. I think that he can just follow that 6. I think he wants to be there because he can just shoot that 8 ball. Excuse me. I think he can shoot the 8 ball just right in, and he'll be just fine. I don't think he needs to move anything.
Because you think it's going to naturally drift to the left side of the table?
No, sir. I think it's going to just roll forward a few. I'm
I
wrong
do
from the
not
way
think
he's
he's
shooting.
gonna shoot
You're
that.
right, but that's what I think.
I mean, I just ended up on the 50-yard line there. It sounds terrifying to me. Look at that shot.
Oh, God. You had mentioned earlier about being dead on the rails, straight in on the 9.
Old JD, fan of the Magic Rack, he says this costs you 5%. 5% accuracy.
I believe that. I believe that.
I believe it also. I'm going to make you tell that story. Oh, my gosh. Dexter.
Wow, Dexter.
What a comeback.
Oh, man.
And, I mean, huge congratulations to Shaun Murphy. It's impossible to come back and double dip, especially somebody higher than you.
Seriously.
And he was owning that set.
Seriously.
Incredibly well played. That could have gone either way.
Oh, that was amazing. Great set, you guys. Seriously. Mike D.
Summerfield Hapner.
All right, for Bad Boys TV here at 2020 CSI Expo. BCA Worlds.
BCA Worlds. Brought to you in part by OBQs. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be back with the next one sometime soon. Thanks for joining us.